Yo, what's the deal? We live on a Tuesday, man. We got a lot to talk about. Shout out to my guy Gil in the building. What's the deal, Gil? Resisting mind state. What's the deal? We got B in the building. Who else was in the building earlier? We had Bandit from Detroit. Fan report. My guy Bandit. What's the deal? We had Marta in the building earlier. Shout out to everybody that was in the building. Everybody coming to the channel. Davey OG, what's the deal? So y'all know we got a lot to talk about today, man. We done signed a new linebacker. O'Neil got a contract. What else? One of our defensive coach got suspended for 3 weeks. It's a lot going on in Minnesota media today. B, what's the deal, my boy? It's a lot going on today. But the first thing first, though, the Vikings signed Jamal Adams, man. How y'all feeling about the Jamal Adams signing? Like, I'm not really feeling the signing for. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, we already have a Jamal Adams in the building, man, with Josh Metellus. Nug, my boy, what's the deal? I just feel like Adams, man, way past his prime. I didn't even know he played in the NFL last year. To be honest with y'all, I didn't know he even played for the Raiders last year. I had to look the shit up. My boy Dylan, what's the deal? You heard the press conference? No, I ain't hear the press conference yet. I'm gonna play the press conference after we get through these little topics real quick. I just want to talk about different shit. Yeah, the coach got suspended. What the fuck? Yeah, he got hit for the DWI before he got with the team, I believe. So I'm not 100% sure on that one though, but yeah, he got knocked, man. B, what's the deal?
Yo, you don't like the Jamal signing?
I don't really like it. Don't really do nothing for me. Like we got Josh Metellus. Like I don't know. It don't do nothing for me. Like Jamal Adams been past his prime. I'm not gonna lie to
Yeah,
you.
I don't think it's anything to get like super excited. Like he might not even make the roster,
That's
but like he's a linebacker. He's gonna play more like the Eric Wilson role. So this says a lot more because people were like, "What does this mean for Harrison Smith?" Like Jamal Adams has been a linebacker for a couple of years now. So this
yeah,
says way more about Ivan Pace than Harrison Smith or any safety.
I don't see how this shit got anything. TB, what's the deal? I don't see how this shit got anything to do with no that like they don't even play the same fucking position.
Yeah, well, a lot
Yeah,
of people just think of Jamal Adams as a safety, and we're like, "Oh my
I
God, is Harrison retiring
I
now?"
did too though for real. I like I said, I didn't know he played for the Raiders last year.
And he was decent.
Man,
Like
I had to
he
look this
wasn't
shit up.
he wasn't all that. He was top 10. PFF grading isn't everything, but he was top 10 in both man and zone coverage among linebackers that played at least like 250 snaps.
What up, though, Nud?
What's good, fellas? Happy football season.
Same to you, my boy. He played for the Lions the year before that, I believe.
Yeah, and he's trash.
Yeah. He I don't like B said, man. Like, I don't think he really gonna make the team for real. That's just
I mean, I wouldn't pick him over Ivan Pace. I mean, I understand you guys have your issues with Ivan Pace, but Ivan Pace is still a better prospect than Adams.
I would think because we see what Adams is as of now.
Well, again, to be honest with you,
think-
don't you guys need secondary help more than you need linebacker help?
Hell no, we need pass rush.
Not really.
What? No
And
pass
Jamal
rush.
Adams, he played like 100 snaps at edge last year, or not like 70 or something. So he's going to be all over the place if he makes the team.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like. We should have signed Clowney, man. Like, what the fuck is we doing?
You can still do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just it's more Adams from 5 years ago, from 5 on the Jets, sure, but wait, so yeah, it was I don't like you said, like I don't know, man. I don't know. AJ, what's the deal, my boy? Long time no see.
I think it's that big of a deal either way.
Yeah,
It's not.
me,
It's probably a
Yeah.
veteran minimum deal before training camp. He might make the roster. He might like anybody being upset about it is just
Yeah, I
finding things to be mad about. It's
Yeah.
like it's just nothing really.
Yeah, that's why I said in the video when I did the little short, like, okay, he might not make the team. I don't like it. It don't do nothing for me. But
I
shit,
might-
I, like, but
I
shit,
might rather have him than Pace though.
But shit, this Teasley first pickup, ain't it?
Technically not. Technically, it's like he's made a couple.
Who he get?
He brought in a couple receivers.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did do that.
It's like his fourth or fifth. It's his first big name, quote unquote.
Yeah. And plus, you know, they traded for him when he was in Seattle, though.
I did tweet that.
Huh?
What's up, TB?
I did tweet that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you can see the connection right there. Like he got, you know, that's the way I look at it. He got one of his old friends a job. What up, TB?
What's going on? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we hear you, man. Just
Loud and clear.
Okay.
going over this shit. About to talk about this. Jamal Adams signing. Then you know our DB coach got suspended today, and O'Neil got extended today.
It's okay.
So
He only got suspended. He only got suspended for 3 weeks.
yeah.
That's
But
all.
still, though, it's still like, what do that say about shit? We can't get mad at Addy. Shit, Addison gonna get his contract.
This isn't the first coach to get suspended for.
No, this is like he's
But
like
you guys got to
second or
start getting those
third.
PBT tests inside your cars over there in Minnesota.
Shit, West got hit with one.
We have them here, but that's what Everson Griffin got in trouble for. He took his out.
Calling it a large bill doesn't really fit.
That's
this
what
game.
got Everson Griffin in trouble over the weekend. But yeah, we have
Yeah.
things here. And
Clowney,
plus, here's the deal. It's everybody knows in the Twin Cities, it's the end of the month. It's fundraiser time for the cops, so they're going to be looking for everybody. They got to make that quota.
Yeah.
So-
Jadeveon
When did he
Clowney.
get
I wanted to
arrested this
respond to that
weekend?
comment really quick. Jadeveon Clowney is 1,000,000% a scheme fit on the Vikings. Like a 1,000,000%. He played on Dallas last year. He played in Seattle. He can stand up, and he was actually really good in Dallas last year.
He can stand up
Yeah.
and play in the dirt, hands in the dirt.
Shit, he gonna do anything for that paycheck. Shit,
Yeah,
he don't even care.
yeah. Clowney's good. How old is Clowney now?
Like 30 something.
32, 33.
Yeah, I would say like 31 to between 31 and 33.
Yeah,
He
but
should,
shit,
he should be able to get one more season out of him.
yeah, you should. Yeah.
And plus, he's not an every down player, so
Why did they? We
So
about
I'll
talking-
never forget that sack he had against Denard Robinson, bro.
Who?
In
Jadeveon Clowney.
Oh,
Bro.
yeah. College.
That was the nastiest tackle I think I've ever seen.
that got on Rich.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he get injured? He got drafted to the Texans, right, or something like that.
First overall, yeah.
first
Yeah.
overall, yeah.
Hell yeah, shit. That right there got home
That
paid.
shit was
I've been wanting the
12
Lions to
years-
sign him every edge rush free agency, like right before the trade deadline. I've been wanting them to sign him every year.
Y'all keep on signing Davenport. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Clowney,
they believe
like,
in him this year. I think
Where he at right now?
with us still. I think.
Oh, he's still in
Davenport's still in Detroit, yeah.
that's insane.
That's crazy. That man is getting paid and don't do nothing.
Well, he's played like 4 snaps. You know,
That's
Hey,
crazy.
that's what he did for us.
Yeah, that's exactly what he
I
did for
got you,
us.
my boy.
I'd have rather had Zadarius Smith. At least he tried to play.
At least he got
Yeah.
20 snaps out of Zadarius.
That shit crazy, dog.
Zadarius is just a weird dude.
It was annoying because when Davenport was, I think he played like 3 games, if that. But like in the games he did play, he was like actually really effective. That was the really
Mhm.
annoying part about it.
Yeah,
that's,
that was
that's the thing. That's why we keep keeping him, because there's like, oh well, when he's if he is healthy enough to play, he's gonna get you 10.5 sacks a year. It's like, well, the guy has historically just never been healthy.
he gives you the flash. He gives you the flash to keep paying him.
He's been on every team in the North, hasn't he?
Except
the
for the
Bears.
Packers.
and the Packers.
I know that he hasn't.
No, he's
on
been on the Packers.
Yeah.
Davenport.
Was he? He was a Saint.
No, I was
Bears.
okay. No, you're right. You're right. I was mixing him up with Zadarius.
Oh yeah, so there he got drafted. To the
The only Davenport I know the Packers had was Najee Davenport. And I think he was.
Packers. He got jammed. What? This man crazy.
How do you guys
This
feel
my
about
boy,
the
though.
How do you guys feel about the O'Neil signing?
We about to talk about that one second, man.
It's a W.
I kind of expected it. They're going to keep the O line together for as long as they can.
What up, my boy?
He's a
You
veteran.
changed your name already, man?
Yeah.
Man, this man crazy.
Hey, bro, I just won a Super Bowl with Jamal Adams in Madden last night.
Oh man,
There you go.
Yeah.
What position did he play?
He's playing safety, bro.
He don't play safety though, bro.
Yeah, he's a linebacker. He's a linebacker.
Well, he has like the most sacks ever as a safety, so I thought he was still a safety.
Hell no, he can't cover shit to be a safety.
He has been safety for a couple of years.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It is it is what it is. Shit, I can't be too mad.
What would you be mad at all? What would you be mad at? Like,
bro,
it's not something you should be happy about either. It's like
it ain't that though, but
it's really doesn't move the needle either way.
We not about to act like he not washed though.
He's definitely washed.
I still might rather have him than Ivan Pace Jr. though.
Ivan Pace Jr. Come on, bro. Who would
I'm
you
not.
rather?
Is that just like a biased thing too because you watched him make a bunch of mistakes over the last couple of years?
No, I was
versus
never
having Adams on your team at all.
I was never a huge
Ben
Ivan Pace Jr.
Okay. He said Ben.
Here's the funny part. Both of them could get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you never know who other teams are going to cut.
Exactly.
And depending on who's out there, you could find somebody that fits that need better than the two you got. So you're going to make that move.
I agree with that.
So
Like
they're both on the bubble.
That's why I don't feel like it's important at all.
Yeah.
You're pinching pennies at a certain point when you break it down like this, but would you rather have Jamal Adams on a veteran minimum or have Ivan Pace Jr. for $3 million? Because I'd rather have Adams on the vet, man.
I'd take Adams.
Yeah, I'll take Adams too. Shit.
I'm still probably
don't get me
take
wrong.
Pace with that. I have a guy like that on my team with like Malcolm.
Pace don't do
Rodriguez.
nothing though. At least Adam could do something. Shit.
So what's Adams gonna play then?
He gonna play linebacker.
He's gonna be up in the
linebacker.
box. Yeah,
he's gonna be everywhere. Like last year, he played 70 to 80 snaps at edge. He played a ton in the box. He played some slot corner. He's gonna be He's Josh Metellus, basically. Another Josh Metellus.
Exactly.
He played edge like Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm. He played like 80 snaps at edge on both sides.
And I ain't too comfortable with that. I'm sorry.
I'm not either.
He may have the most
he do play everything though.
If he's like standing behind Van Ginkel, I wouldn't mind it.
How about putting him at one position and letting him play?
No.
No.
Why would you do that?
What would you put him at? Shit.
I wouldn't make him a linebacker. I'd put him inside. I'd actually move on from Pace.
It might come. It depends if Pace get better or not, though. So I don't know.
Get better? How long you been in the league?
I think he got some juice in the tank. I think like he could do something for us. He ain't gonna get cut like everybody's saying. I don't think so.
I think a possibility. He could put juice.
That's a very good possibility. He could.
If you got people like Ivan Pace Jr. getting paid $3 million, like he said, why would you pay him $3 million when you got Jamal Adams, who's a decorated veteran and has done many things?
Because decorated veteran doesn't mean anything in football because he hasn't done anything of substantial anything in the last 2 years.
And second of all,
he was on my Lions team. He was trash, bro. He was butt cheeks.
Yeah.
He was kind of serviceable with the Raiders, but again, it was the Raiders. He's getting meaningless snaps.
And here's another thing too. This is now Teasley's team. Teasley didn't sign Pace.
He sounded pretty good at the press conference. I watched it earlier, and he sounded like he knew what the fuck he was doing. I was quite impressed.
Everybody
Teasley
never got rid of Cameron Bynum.
Everybody do when they get to talking.
Bynum got paid. That's why Bynum left.
We should have kept him. We should have paid him. I like
those double words.
I didn't want to pay Bynum that money. Like I like Cam Bynum, but that money was a little.
I mean, I like Cam, but for what he got paid with the Colts, you know,
we still have the second best. We had the second best secondary in the NFL last year. So like, I'm not.
Yeah, do what AJ said. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all don't be hitting that like.
How much
button.
is it? How much is because of Brian Flores though? Like if Brian
it's all
Flores,
because of Brian Flores.
It's all because of Brian Flores.
Teasley said that in the press conference. He said it had to do with Brian Flores and the personnel department. That the reason why they brought Adams in.
Oh, for real?
So
yeah,
that's what he said earlier.
Brian Flores had like an actual, defensive team around him with real players that deserve,
I mean, if there's any guy that could get Adams any juice out of Adams, it would be Brian Flores. I will say that.
Yeah. But shit, I said the same thing.
So
but I just don't see it happening, bro.
You know what though? I'll push back on that because last year Brian Flores pounded his table for Hargrave and Allen.
No, fuck that. What about Jeff Okuda?
That's
He
laughable.
give me
but-
Jeff Okuda vibes.
Yeah.
Jeff Okuda
mean-
has all the measurements. He just can't get the brain locked in.
He's just
What
never
up,
been
though,
good.
Steve?
He just never got up to the level that he was supposed to get to in the NFL. He just
Well, because he was drafted 3rd overall, so therefore he has such a high barrier to entry on was he ever worth his draft pick or not. And
That's why I
obviously
don't
he
like
wasn't.
taking tight ends. Number 4, number 5. That's like
No,
you're
I
putting a
agree.
huge stress on those guys.
So what about this though? How we feeling about this though? The Brian O'Neil, like how we
The
feeling?
W.
Like what's
okay?
the
You know
word?
what that tells me? That just tells me they're not developing anybody.
You ain't bullshitting. It depends how much money guaranteed though.
Structure, yeah.
He's
They
probably
didn't
got a
release
bunch of
that
money.
yet, did they?
He's probably got a bunch of money kicked down the road, so his is probably cap friendly. And when I say cap friendly, his money, however much he's supposed to get down the road, is less to help out the cap. So he might have got a big signing bonus, and everything else is cap related and snap related. And
I can't find the guaranteed money on his contract.
I was going to say,
They're
as
not-
it stands right now, he's got the 2nd highest right tackle contract in the league.
they're not
probably
going to put that out there. They'll put that out there eventually, but they're not going to put that out there right now.
It'll probably come out in the next couple of days.
Yeah,
If-
and
that- that
the cap does go up every year.
Mhm.
Like-
So
And
I
What does
know
a
back
comparable
people-
contract say might come for guaranteed money? 40, 50 out of the 96? Like, is that comparable to what?
yeah.
I say
Other right
45
tackles are
good.
good?
45.
Every contract in the NFL that's longer than 3 years is a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
The teams
is.
give themselves an out.
Right.
That's
So
why
okay, so then that would mean his first 2 years would be a little bit more heavy, wouldn't it? If the last one's not guaranteed.
The guarantees would be heavy up front, but the
The-
dressing money would be on the back.
Yeah, you'll have a one voided year for like 30 million or something like that, right?
I don't think he's got any voided years.
The final year will probably have a cap hit, maybe
Mhm.
not voided, but the final year probably have a cap hit of like 30, maybe even 32, 34.
The final year will have a cap hit that they will probably, if he doesn't talk him out of it, he'll either be released or they'll just pay him outright and send him on his way. Because he'll be 30 in that 4 years, he'll be 36.
7, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I think it'll be set up like the Will Fries contract, because that contract is like the definition. It was 5 years, 88 million.
Mhm.
And we can get out of it this year and like not hurt at all. Because if we release him after this year, we save $50-something million over the lifetime of the deal. So
Yeah, so that's probably what they did with him. And O'Neill's going to take a friendly deal anyway to help the team, so he's that type of guy.
Well,
I
yeah,
know-
that's
I
what
know
I was
that
reading that.
I know that
Go ahead,
motherfucker
Joe.
better stay healthy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
The one I want to stay healthy is Darrisaw.
yeah,
Never healthy,
I'm
though.
not worried about O'Neill's health. He's never missed more than 3 games in a year. He's only missed
Yeah, I was gonna say
8
he's played 14 games every year of his career,
No,
right?
I'm just saying though, when he be injured, he play like ass. He still be
But
out there.
the thing is, when you're coming off an Achilles injury, them things
Who?
tend to linger.
O'Neil.
Yeah, O'Neil had the Achilles injury. He
O'Neal
tore his
had
Achilles in Green Bay.
It could for sure.
And then he came back too soon on it.
I did some digging earlier today, and at PFF, I will never promote PFF as being what you should base all your evals off of. But I like Brian O'Neill's tape anyway. You add in PFF onto it. Brian O'Neil was the 2nd best right tackle in the NFL last year in run blocking grade and 5th best in pass blocking grade. So you combine those, he's still one of the better right tackles in the NFL.
Just imagine he might have been number 1 in run blocking if we actually run the ball.
Yep.
I think Penei Sewell is better, but
Oh, he's
He's
no
a left
Penei
tackle
Sewell,
now.
Yeah,
But he's a
hell
left
yeah.
tackle now.
but yeah.
no, he's left. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
no,
switched
that
back
That
to
means
his home
Brian O'Neill's
position.
the best right tackle, unless Lane Johnson still got it, but he's like 50 now.
No, I don't think he on his level though. I ain't gonna lie.
I would put my rookie Blake Miller up in consideration too for being the best right tackle in the league.
Well,
Okay,
he never
well, you're
played.
high. You are
I
high.
like it.
Bro, he never
Within
played.
the next year or two. Within the next year or two, bro. Watch.
I thought you talking about now.
No, he's a rookie, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was about to like, bro. Like, not today, man.
No, you
do
gotta
like
respect my
Blake,
takes, bro. Yeah, I would never go that far.
Yeah, I thought that's what you was saying.
Come on, bro. I've been podcasting with you for 4 years now, bro. You know I
I'm
that
just
though.
saying. I thought you were going rogue on me.
No, hell no, bro.
I'm about to say,
Yeah, so Lions fans got to stick together.
Here you go.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, we don't claim so.
Are we
Okay,
still
well,
paying Brian O'Neil $18.5 million a year, like with the extension?
They probably with the new with
I
the new
think it's 24
extension,
year.
they
It
changed
said
the number.
24.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
so
don't
he
let
might
us run the ball
get it
as
this
well.
year, but then next year it's going to be cap friendly for the
No,
Vikings.
we don't run the ball like that, man. Shit, we barely run the damn ball.
We don't run the ball because KLC don't like running the ball.
Darnell Wright, second team all
Well,
Run
and
the
Aaron
ball
Jones
to
is your running back.
35-year-old running back.
So we got Mason.
You got Mason.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't give a fuck how old he is.
Here's the thing, though.
Do we really think Mason's like a number one running back in the league?
I
But
like
here's the
Mason.
thing, though. We don't know what any of the Viking running backs are capable of because they don't run the ball consistently.
AB.
I disagree.
B, what you tell me the other day? You saying San Fran all running backs look good, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Jordan Mason was in San Fran, he would look like a running back number one.
In San Fran, he looked like I would look like
yeah,
San Fran.
I mean, Raheem Mostert looked like a number one. I mean, literally, you can go down the list for the last 10 years since Shanahan's been there. Every running back they have is getting 1,000.
No,
I think last year they running game fell off though.
Raheem Mostert ran for 220 and 4 touchdowns in the NFC Championship game one year. Like San Fran, like Kyle Shanahan's just a running back merchant. Well, not merchant.
Yeah,
running backs are Kyle Shanahan merchant.
Yeah, he's disgusting and making little small white quarterbacks good.
He go that's the problem though. He never had a good quarterback. That's why he can't win that Super Bowl.
Oh, but he
just needs a quarterback to stay healthy, man. That's what he needs.
Man,
just one to stay healthy.
That team can't stay healthy. People getting injured already.
Kyle Shanahan,
bro.
They get, you know what? All those veterans, they get hurt at the end of the year. That's the problem. They all get hurt at the end of the year and break down. Every year, that's the same thing with the Niners. Every year they start out like a house of fire, but then that team breaks down. What's up, Colin?
What's going on, gentlemen?
What up, my guy?
What's up?
It's nice to not be on a cruise ship right now anymore. So,
how long were you on there?
So, what are we talking about? The O'Neil extension?
Oh, yeah, we talking about O'Neil and like running backs.
So Jordan Mason averaged 4.8 last year. That's like top 10 running back kind of average.
He's a fine running back, but he's not a one.
How many carries did he have?
He had 155. That's not enough in a 17-game season.
Also, to even come close to labeling him a one.
No, I just say he's straight, bro.
And I mean,
He's fine.
Jordan Mason's not he's not above average or even average pass catcher, is he?
No,
I've never seen him catch a pass.
Then I can't classify him as a number one.
I don't know.
Any argument.
They would have gave him number one carries last year. He would have been great.
I've always called Jordan Mason a poor man, a very poor man's Kenneth Walker, because Kenneth Walker can't pass block and he can't catch passes. But Jordan Mason isn't nearly as good of a running back as Kenneth Walker is, but he also can't do those things.
And Jones,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So basically, we don't have no running backs.
Aaron Jones is great. What are you talking about? He's 1,000-yard back. He's going to average 6 yards a carry. He's going to rekindle his
6 yards a carry. That's NFL fucking.
Colin, you need to go back on another cruise with that take.
Do y'all remember a couple years ago?
This year, so.
A couple of years ago, when Vikings fans were trying to talk themselves into Ty Chandler being good, like
I remember Zoe and them doing that a lot.
Not me.
He was through 7 or 8 games.
Oh, we can go back.
He was averaging like 4.5 yards.
Never said no shit like that.
I think it was 2024. Through it might have been 6 games. He was averaging like 4.5 yards per carry on the season. But it was because he averaged 1 yard per carry for 5 of them, and then one game he averaged like 8 yards per carry. So
you know what, though, Brev, you might remember this. Everybody got on board with Ty Chandler because he had like a 60-some-odd yard TD run against the Saints. They got called back for friggin' holding on. Guess what? On who? Brian O'Neil. He had, so everybody was like, okay, give him a chance. But then he went to London, and just something happened in London. He looked like shit.
I never liked
He was never any good after that.
I thought he was here for too damn long.
There was a year that we started Alex Madison, which was 2023, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
And like any running back that wasn't Alex Madison looked like a fucking all-pro when they ran the ball for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, they did.
It was horrible.
Yeah, we should make Jordan Addison our running back. He had 2 carries last year for 81 yards.
Yeah, he broke that bitch on the line for the seal of the game.
He can't take that. That's like, well,
No, we talking. No, we just
That's
talking
pretty
shit.
accurate.
you know what though? They did. You know what? They made Cordero a running back.
Other teams did.
Yeah, they
big
made
as fuck.
they made Cordero a running back. I mean,
He was bigger than Addy though.
Atlanta and Chicago did.
I mean,
so
with
did the
Jordan
Falcons.
Addison- with Jordan Addison's drop rate last year, fuck it.
Yeah, just let's let him run the ball.
You already know his contract coming.
I'm not excited for that.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
I was kind of hoping we'd nibble at Alvin Kamara, to be honest with you. I thought he might
Heavy.
be somebody we'd take a look at. But
Did he re-up with New Orleans?
I
Who
think
was
he did.
that? Who was Kenny?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want Kamara. He's a high mileage running back. I mean, the thought of it was nice, but I don't know. It would have depended on
He
the
presents
money.
more. He presents more of a. He
from
presents
Twitch.
more of a presence than anybody we currently have.
He's a better, and plus he would open up that offense too because he's a good receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's
it
a
would
higher,
depend on
he's a better version of
Aaron Jones. Mhm.
what did he sign. What did he sign for this year?
Who?
I think it was an extension, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
an
It was
extension.
It was like 2 years, 10 million.
No, I think it was a pretty substantial more than that.
Yeah, I think so too, cause
I think I remember
2026
seeing like 3.
base salary of $6 million with a max value of 8.5. He basically
only
just
1 year deal?
got yeah, they kind of Aaron Jones them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I mean, he was thinking about being done too. So I mean,
Yeah,
it was
What are we
really
talking
Yeah,
about?
he was ready to hang it up.
Kamara.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he is. Shit, he told New Orleans, "You trade me, I'm retiring."
You guys see Vita Vea wanted to trade?
I seen that.
Yeah, he's yeah.
I heard the Raiders offer him a contract already.
Man, if we would have known that, we wouldn't have gotten Caleb Banks. We would have got somebody else, and we would have went and got Vita Vea.
Yeah, but I'm not like
no,
after
no,
looking
no.
after looking at Jalen Carter's deal. After looking at Jalen Carter's deal today, and him resetting the D tackle market, I'm not even worried about Vita Vea. Like, yeah, he's going to be good for a team like the Rams, who are poised to win it all this year. Like, go there. But other than that, bro, I'm good.
We're all in, bro. This is our year.
This is our
We
year.
got a
Vikings?
quarterback.
Yeah.
We got a quarterback on a veteran minimum. I mean, you're not going to be able to beat that kind of money situation.
No, you ain't. You.
Oh, so you guys are going for it this year?
Hell
Every
yeah,
year.
we're going for it.
Oh, okay.
That's why we go sign Juwan Jennings. That's why we go bring in a veteran like Jamal Adams.
that might not even
Okay.
make the team.
And still possibly finish 9-8.
Damn, that'd
I
be
mean,
crazy right there.
We were paying the quarterback position like the 28th highest salary last year, and we still fucking sucked. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't have anybody that was like, on a deal, like on a
We
like
need to start
Kyler
bringing
Murray
in
at
old
1
ass
million is a
players.
deal.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah, but you still got the same head coach.
Thank
I like-
God.
I like KOC, so
But let's not go down this
Into
road.
the wrong podcast.
yeah, let's not talk about this, right?
No, I ain't got shit to
Every
say.
time I bring up, I like KOC. We
No,
go.
ain't nobody say nothing, man. We 5 years in. You can have
I-
your opinion, bro.
I am also a slight Kevin O'Connell defender. That's why I didn't want to go down this road and get upset.
Appreciate you.
Oh, man, yeah, man. Hey,
The closer we
salute
get,
to you.
the closer we get to the season, the more scared I am, and the more I think Caleb Banks might just fucking suck. I know there's no new information, but I really don't like Caleb Banks. I hope I'm wrong, but god damn it.
Why you don't like Caleb
What have
Banks?
you
You think
been
he's too
hearing
big?
that makes you so?
The
Because
Packers
it's like-
finishing
He doesn't
last.
like his Brev doesn't like his mechanics, which can be worked on.
You could fix that though.
You can fix that.
You can fix it, but when you're that tall and your problem is standing straight up, I don't know. Like that's something you got to have figured. I'm there's a possibility. I'm hopeful.
If he's got the right D-line coach, it can be fixed. Trust me.
Hell yeah, coaching.
It can be done.
Take ballet classes.
We just want him to be a run stopper, right? Like we're not expecting him.
No, we need an inside rush. We need an inside pass rush.
Yeah, I'm about to.
We need somebody.
It's like his hands to be good.
You need somebody
with 20 sacks like Aaron Donald, but
man, y'all know, man. Do you know? See, y'all not realizing what Caleb Banks about doing that defensive line with the rest of the linemen and with B-Flow calling shots. Man, he about to punch that damn offense line in the division.
We need Caleb Banks to be our pass rusher, and he has no counters for when he gets countered. He's a very one-dimensional pass rusher. He stands up.
He's going up against some pretty good offensive lines in this division too. But
Rev, you got to. When you get to this level, you got to. They're going to be taught these other moves and the other things to do.
So B,
you gotta. What he did in college don't mean shit.
So B, so you telling me when players come into the NFL, they are already pro ready?
No, I never said that. No, this argument fucking sucks.
Aaron Donald was.
No, Aaron Donald not arguing in good faith.
Aaron Donald is one of those players that come along in a lifetime that is just ready. That is just got it. But
what I'm trying to say is, I feel my faith in coaching to develop these players so they could be ready to play at the highest level.
There's developing
together. That's the biggest thing we haven't done. We've signed veterans.
We can't develop young players. That's why you go. That's why they constantly go.
Kind of hard to change like somebody's characteristic and fundamentals after 20 years of them playing football. Like this guy's been playing football a long time. Like
we're not.
Well, here's what you can play. You can play football for a long time, from like pee-wee to whatever to high school to college. But when you get to the pros, they always want to kind of give you that. Okay, you're doing this right, but we need to stop doing this. Or we're going to work on this so it works on your leverage against offensive linemen. And for his size, if he gets, with the NFL, their linemen, they're going to put his, in the dirt if they get the chance. So they've got to teach him some finesse moves. They got to teach him how to balance, leverage. They've got to teach him all that. Hand placement, hand movement. First step is important. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah,
I think we may have buyer's remorse too with him coming from Florida. The disaster that was Sharif Floyd back in the day too. I think people.
Okay, here's the deal with Sharif Floyd. I'm coming to Sharif Floyd's case here. You know why Sharif Floyd ain't in the NFL?
He had.
You know why Sharif is not in the NFL? Because the friggin' Viking doctors botched his surgery.
Are you mad at him?
There will be no Sharif hate on this podcast. There will be no Sharif Floyd hate.
I'm not mad at him, but what I'm saying is, as an organization, and maybe fans that maybe do or don't know, when they see Florida defensive tackle, they just look at the label and they don't look at the ingredients. That's all.
Man, my boy Caleb Banks from Detroit, man, he's gonna be solid. Y'all crazy.
Okay, when you draft here's my deal. When you draft a quarterback from Florida, then the red flags go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Florida State.
State. I can't. Sharif was looking pretty good, but then he had the knee injury, and then the doctors botched it. How do you botch it? You do this all the time.
Yeah, you right about this, Gil. Gil right about this. We on here bashing Banks, and what the fuck Dallas Turner been doing?
Second half of last year, he turned it around. But
I'll bash them.
Turner will be okay.
No, I'm just saying. We talking about somebody
we're bashing Banks. We're bashing. Well, nobody's bashing Banks except Brev, but
I wouldn't even consider it a bash. I wouldn't even consider that a bash.
He's
a little
being fucking honest.
He's closer to the season starts. He's scared that he might suck.
Here's the thing, though. He's coming. All the rookies could suck. That's the whole thing. We don't know that. Every rookie that comes in could suck. Once you get to this level, you've got to turn it up. Not everybody's going to make it.
I know. I had a whole draft class from last year that's sucks ass, and the year before that sucks ass. So
we don't know about our draft classes. Are like, okay, we don't know about this guy. We see that guy every now and then, but it's like we don't get enough. We don't look at
I think for the line to really develop well too, they need to see Jalen Redmond take that leadership step and Levi Drake Rodriguez take another step.
But here's another thing, though. They change LDR's position now. He's playing edge. He's going to be a stand-up outside linebacker.
That's Tyrion Ingram Dawkins.
Redmond?
Yeah, they moved him.
Oh, they moved him. Oh, okay.
Yep.
No, they didn't.
He's now edge. So you're
thinking
technically
about-
your only
TB,
guys with that.
You're thinking about Ingram Dawkins, TB.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Ingram Dawkins. I don't think.
Oh yeah, it was Ingram Dawkins. I get him
Yeah.
confused.
Like,
Green
wait,
Edge.
when did they move Redmond to edge?
They-
Like, wait a minute.
LDR will probably play next to Banks, not Orange. So you'll have that big in the A gap. He'll be
Wide.
that free technique guy.
Wide package.
Right. Redmond is going to be all over.
Yeah.
Okay,
I like
outside of Orange, Redmond, Rodriguez, who else do we have? Loudermilk.
Ingram Dawkins.
Loudermilk, Elijah Williams.
Ingram Dawkins is playing edge now.
Loudermilk. Yeah.
Loudermilk is defensive end.
Elijah Williams is a nose tackle.
Oh, we still got Elijah Williams.
Yeah.
That's somebody that should be getting more playing time in or not. Is Elijah?
Yes,
Williams.
broski. We
Yeah.
know you bashed Caleb Banks.
Yeah, Banks. Hey, you worry about that safety you took from Oregon, bro. That was you worry about.
Hey, I hate that motherfucker too. I hated him worse than Banks.
I ain't like that.
defend
I don't
myself.
like
Yeah,
I
it
don't
had
like
nothing
shit
to do
on
with the
defense.
coaches. It had to do with the
Peter
GM
Woods.
getting a bunch
I
of
still wanted
injury-prone
Peter.
projects.
You say what?
Gil was saying that the reason why the Lions rookie class has sucked the last 2 years is because our coaches left, and I'm saying no, it's because there are a bunch of injury-prone projects who have only been playing football 2 to 3 years, like Ahmad Hussein and Giovanni Manu and shit like that. Like Brad Holmes thinks he's the smartest guy in the room 99% of the time, and he's really not.
Cause Orange will have a better first year because he's going to get more reps.
Yeah, you're right, AJ. Tell him
He's still got a draft.
I'm gonna predict. I can't wait till we do all week one prediction.
I hate when we do this. I hate when I'm not claiming to be 100% right about anything. Like if Caleb Banks turns around and is good, then I'm going to be happy. That's great.
No, not you. We weren't really talking about
I
you.
know. I was talking about AJ's comment. Shout out
No,
to
I
AJ.
don't think he really was talking about you when he
We're talking
said
about
that.
Banks, and I was
That's
and I was
but Brev though Brev, what you're saying is a lot of people
I
have
got
said.
defensive. All right, I got defensive. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, settle down, dude.
It was
Settle
him,
down.
man. It was
Yeah.
bro.
Xanax, bruv. It'll be fine. Don't
I haven't
worry.
had
Yeah.
a Latina in a while.
I can't wait till we do the week one prediction. I'm gonna predict Caleb Banks is going to break Jordan Love fucking ass in half week one. I ain't lying to you. What? Watch.
I wouldn't be upset.
That's something
I
we
mean,
can
I
both
don't-
agree on.
My
I
whole
think my
thing is,
prediction right about the Packers finishing last in the division.
Yeah, the Packers suck. I'm gonna say that now.
you know what the funny part though? 8 and 9 is probably last in the division.
That's the
It
Packers.
was last year. What?
Nine
No,
and
no.
eight.
9 and 8 was last place last year.
So the Packers
Yeah.
won what? 9 games last year?
Yeah,
10.
the Lions we were 9 and 8 last year in fourth place.
Yeah. And the only
We were
reason we were in
tied
fourth
with
place
Lions,
is because
We were
Minnesota.
tied with the Lions,
Minnesota
but
beat them.
the Lions couldn't beat Max Brosmer, so that's what it is. So
You better
They
get
couldn't
ready,
be.
Mug.
They couldn't be Max or JJ.
I'm kind of
You guys
happy
gonna
we didn't
realize
beat Max
Jared Goff
Strozer
can't win
because
at all.
we have an easier
Yeah,
schedule,
I told
quote
y'all.
unquote, and I'm putting that in air marks this year.
I told y'all the
So-
Packers won 9 games last year, like us and the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions
they
won
won.
8.
They won 9 too. Really?
Yeah,
The Lions won 8.
I thought we won 9.
they won 9.
I thought we won 9.
Maybe.
I thought the Lions won 9.
I think we
too.
won 9.
They did. We all won 9.
Yeah, I think we
Probably right.
Go over the Bears.
They was 11.
so 12 and 5, I think.
11 and 6.
In my
Second
defense, though, I googled it. That's just what Google's telling
Yeah,
me.
that was that was that
Yeah,
was
don't
crazy.
even go there, Brev. Don't even go there.
Hey, that was the craziest shit I ever heard, dog.
That dude sucked.
A team that played a
What?
team. You telling me I was wrong?
So going back to last season, does it still bother you that Devin Duvernay's return was the only thing that kept us from tying for the division championship?
No, don't say that, Colin. No,
I
God,
just
hate
did
that
it. I
shit.
did it.
No,
I did
God,
it.
I fucking hate that shit. That's not why we didn't make the
Who is
playoffs.
this?
Fuck.
I'm not saying that's not why we
Fuck.
made the playoffs, but I just
I
wanted to say
know.
it for saying
Oh,
it.
this is my guy.
I
What's
know.
the deal?
What's up?
Fuck.
What's up? How you doing,
That
man?
shit hurt.
What would you done change your name, huh?
Yeah, I put it in wrong last time. I put it in Como Sports. That was supposed to be, I don't know, it was my first time really doing it, so I had to figure it out. My real name's Oloropo, but we'll go by Big Bird. I feel like the way I spelt it is impeccable and spectacular. But what else would you expect from a Cowboy fan?
I'll rock with you. I'll rock with you.
Do it big. Do it big.
Do it big indeed. Hey guys, how you doing today?
Man,
Doing great, bro.
Chilling for real.
Thanks for having me in. I've been listening to the conversation a little bit, so I don't want to interrupt.
Oh no, you good? You good? I'm trying to
No,
set
you're
these
in.
boys.
I want to hear a Cowboys fan.
I'm trying to set these boys straight, man.
I got a question for TB real quick.
What's up?
You like my hair?
Oh, for God's sake. Oh my God.
What up,
See how he
Dale?
blushes? You see how he blushes?
What's up, my boy?
How you feeling?
I'm all right, man. These last 2 days, man, that weather, man, it was 98 here.
It didn't
You know
cool
what
down
I mean?
here.
75 dew point.
It's like
Just straight
Florida.
tropical.
It's terrific.
Bro, I could have took my shirt off at work and wrung it out. Literally.
Yeah, it's hotter than
Insane.
It's ridiculous.
Did it get above 78 degrees in Minnesota? Now y'all are dying.
Boys.
God damn,
boys.
Jedi! Holy fuck!
Jedi!
Oh, you
Jesus Christ!
What up,
Brett, I
Jedi?
know you saw me in Fournet's screen dogging on KOC's run game.
No, but my man said, Big Bird, how you feel about Caleb? Caleb Downs.
You know, we always feel, you know.
What'd you think of that press conference, though? What'd you think of that press conference, though?
I ain't even watching.
Damn. Jedi straight interrupted the Cowboys fans.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That feel like
He said about Caleb Downs.
Well, I know.
No, I don't think he heard
You gotta
you though.
always be big. You gotta always be big on your people. So I'm gonna say he's gonna be a superstar. I'm saying he's gonna win the defensive rookie of the year. I'm saying I'm gonna predict 5 interceptions, 3 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries. I mean, how more ridiculous can I be? Like I can just keep making up stuff. I don't know, man.
Now, let me
I'm
ask
probably
you
gonna
something.
say.
What are you
Big Bird,
cruising for a bruising, man? You over here
Let me ask
trolling,
you a question,
cruising for a
Big Bird.
bruising, man?
When Caleb Downs' second contract comes up, is Jerry going to wait until 25 seconds before the first game starts of that year, to sign him, so that he has to pay absolutely the highest possible price, or is he going to actually invest earlier? Your thoughts?
Listen. My thoughts on Jerry is this: you got to be old enough to appreciate Jerry Jones, right? You like many Cowboy fans were Cowboy fans who were born in the 90s, and so they were born in the late 80s and the 90s, and so they lived through greatness. I was born in 72. I lived through sadness. I became a Cowboy fan watching the Pittsburgh Steelers beat us.
You're welcome,
in the Super Bowl.
motherfucker. You're welcome. Thank you for coming to Minnesota.
Wait. You were born in 72. What sadness are you talking about? Because the Cowboys won the Super Bowl in 71,
Jesus
brother.
Christ, man. You're welcome.
I was born in 72. I wasn't.
But when you were born, the Cowboys were one of the greatest teams in football.
From the time I was aware of football and followed it, because I was born in 72. We lost to Pittsburgh in 76 or 77. I'm about 5 years old. I'm sitting there with my older brother. He says, pick a team. I says, I picked the team with the star on the helmet. I says, who do you pick? He says, I don't know yet. And every time somebody scored, and if you remember the game, it went back and forth. Dallas tried to make a comeback late in the game. He switched who he was picking for. I was furious. And it was at that point I said, I'm staying with this team until they win a championship.
Bro, you're coming over. Yo, hold on. Hold on. You're coming over. Hold on, TB. Hold on. This dude is asking for some smoke. Don't be coming over to a Minnesota fucking Vikings podcast talking about boo-hoo. Motherfucker, we gave you guys 4 fucking Super Bowls.
That's what I was about to say about Jerry Jones. That's why I was leading up with that part. You have to know the history. You have to have lived through the hell to understand how glorious the heaven is.
Nah, let him suffer.
That's
let him
what I
suffer.
did.
They got mediocre. They got Kirk.
A what?
No, they got
man that's older than you.
They got Kirk 2.0. Let them suffer, everybody. Let them suffer. They got Kirk 2.0.
But here's the thing. This is what I want to say. When y'all got Herschel Walker, you thought that was it. You were like, dude, this is our year, TB. Come on, TB. Okay. Here's the deal. Let me give you a little history lesson on that Herschel Walker trade. Okay. Not everybody up here wanted him up here, and especially who did not want him up here was that Viking locker room that did not want him. Mike Lynn, the general manager, said, if we get to the Super Bowl with Herschel Walker, it's a good trade. If we don't, it's not a good trade. Obviously, it wasn't a good trade, and it was so bad, Mike Lynn quit in the middle of the next season. And we were still paying for that. No draft choices.
Fuck Darren Nelson and fuck Marcus Allen.
Oh. Hey, I like Marcus. We should have had Marcus.
You believe in you?
He didn't want to come here.
Dale is still going through some things. Dale is still dealing with things.
Yo, hey, do you believe in Dak Prescott? Do you believe in Dak Prescott, Bird?
I was asked this question the last time. The answer is going to stay the same. Like you, who else are you going? Like, what are you going to do? You got a quarterback that's thrown for over 4,000 yards multiple times.
He's too expensive. He's never going to get you in the playoffs. He's too expensive.
It doesn't matter. He's been to the playoffs before. And Kirk Cousins, when you guys had Kirk Cousins, y'all were making the exact same argument. Hey, he's got more 4,000 yard seasons. Blah blah blah. Run the numbers.
First of all, which Viking fans are you talking about? Which Viking fans are you talking to? Because there's a bunch of us
about my quarterback. If you're asking about Dak Prescott, then you're clearly saying that you have an issue with him. Given the opportunity, and I said this last time, given the opportunity in 2021 and 2022 to trade for Dak Prescott straight up for Kirk Cousins, there isn't a Minnesota Viking fan who wouldn't have taken it. But here's the bottom line. When you run their career numbers, which I did, when it comes to winning time, Kirk Cousins has 43 turnovers. When it's the critical time to win the game, and I get it, he was in the league 4 years longer than Dak Prescott. He had 43 turnovers when it's time to win the game, down by less than 10 points in less than 3 minutes. He had 43 turnovers, dude. Dak Prescott had 17. I'm not saying Dak Prescott is perfect, but when you look at those numbers, the one argument that I made is Dak Prescott may not win the game for you. Kirk Cousins will be the reason you lose. He won't just not win the game. He will be the reason you lose the game. That's the difference between the two. So do I think Dak Prescott is good?
And I think that's what every football fan says about Dak.
I would.
They said he doesn't win the game.
But let me ask you. But it's the same problem that the Minnesota Vikings had. He's good enough to pay him like top 10 money, but wouldn't you want to build your team around a younger franchise quarterback then?
Ooh.
I mean, I think that's because the narrative in the NFL is a lot of teams are winning on smaller deals.
In respect to the Cowboys, though, they did build that team around Dak, and they had him he was drafted by them, and he was they built around him, and then paid him when it was time.
He broke his ankle in a very gruesome way. That took time for him to come back from that. The Cowboys' defense has been horrendous for the last couple of years.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a freak because I think it's worth being 3-14 for a couple of seasons to actually go for a Super Bowl.
Why would you do that when you have CeeDee Lamb, you have Pickens, you have a young defense? Why would you go and be 3-14 when you're so here's
why trade Micah Parsons then?
Here's the thing, because look where Micah Parsons is, and look at how many people we got on defense. We traded one player, we redid our whole defensive line. We have two perennial all-stars at defensive tackles. We got a high draft pick. We got better talent around the edges, and we have money to spend. And Green Bay, as a publicly owned team, just stated that their financial security for the future is in question because they have a injured, unable to participate Parsons.
That was a good trade for the Cowboys.
I don't know. But you're literally, it's being mediocre. Like, you can't let good be the enemy of great, though, is where I'm getting at here. The Vikings, we've been doing this for 50 years, man.
Okay, I get it, Tech. You didn't have Dak Prescott. Right now, this is what I'm trying to say to you. If you had the opportunity, you're asking me about whether or not I want Dak. Looking at your offense and given a chance to drop Dak Prescott in as your starting quarterback, because you're telling me to let him go. Given the chance to drop Dak Prescott in as your starting quarterback, how many of you guys are voting yes?
Yep.
Over Kyler
Right here.
Murray,
I'd be okay with it.
As a
Dak.
Lions fan, I'll take him over Jared Goff. As a Lions
Let me
fan,
ask you this. Let me
include
ask you
myself.
this. Would you take him over Sam Darnold?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Yes.
I would. Sam
100%
Darnold was
of the fucking
phenomenal
time,
last
bro.
year. Sam Darnold was phenomenal last year, but Sam Darnold had an absolutely monster defense on the other side of the ball that would help.
And his
make up
running
for
back won the
mistakes.
MVP. So.
And it allowed for them to run an
And
offense
he went
that
bar
could be
for
power
bar
football.
against the Rams in the NFC Championship and played flawless.
Yeah, he went
too.
crazy.
Freaking
I mean, if you're asking me if I would
Jigba
put
last year,
yeah.
come on, dude. Like in Jigba last year, dude, like that changes like the discussion of what wide receivers are.
I think Dak could probably do better in this
Because
offense
Sam
than
Darnold
Kyler or JJ McCarthy. I'll give you that. But I
Yeah.
mean,
He a
Brev, I wanted
gunslinger.
to put this out there. Brev, with the Seattle playoff run. In their playoff wins, they played twice against their own division to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that
So
was so
they'd
crazy.
play two teams
Yeah.
3 times.
What was
So they
their
already
record-
know. They
what was
already
their
know the
record-
opponent.
What
Why
was
is
their
that a
record to get
detriment?
those teams during the regular season?
I think
Did
they split,
with
but-
them both. They
They
split
split,
both.
But either way, like
Right.
the
I
fact
think
that
they
you're
swept the
playing teams that
49ers,
are
though.
familiar with, that's an advantage for you.
I don't find that as a detriment because Sam Darnold.
No, I'm saying it's an advantage. It's an advantage.
He like outdueled Matt Stafford, so the MVP.
so
of the league.
okay. So what do you think Dak can do better than Sam Darnold? I'm just curious from a quarterback perspective. Do you think he throws
More
a better
mobile.
ball, better
He's more
pocket, more mobile?
I think Darnold's more mobile than Dak.
So here's the problem, and I'll tell you what Dak does better, and here's the problem with what Dak does better, and I think it's an issue that we've had with our offense. Dak constantly keeps you in the opportunity of the big play,
My boy.
right? Because of that mobility. The problem we have with our offense is that because he can create the big play, we are constantly living for the big play. Sam Darnold had the same issue when he came in with the Jets. Great arm, big guy. He can make the throws. He can throw it all over the field. Let's make big plays with him. We got a running back. We're going to pound, play action, go deep. They weren't able to win with him. He goes out. He signs. He's not the name. People forgot where he was until they started to win their conference. And so this is the thing that I'm saying is I think the thing that I believe Dak Prescott gives you now is with that mobility, this opportunity for these big plays, but the Cowboys live in that space. When they told Sam Darnold, we don't need you to make big plays anymore, what, 2 or 3 plays a game maybe? Like, I'm going to look it up real quick. I don't know, but I'm going to see how many passes that he threw last year that traveled greater than 20 yards in the air.
And that's the problem with these offenses. I mean, they just refuse to just keep the chains moving. If you move the chains, you're gonna score. I think that you keep looking for this big play. Yeah, it's a huge problem. We're either 3 and out. It's like just move the goddamn chains.
Well, they're throwing it on first down. They're throwing it on second down. Like they're not trying to run the ball.
Isn't it ideally you run the ball on first down and you throw the ball on second down if you're literally trying to do that?
You're third long
Ideally, what you do is run. You run on first down, play action second down, and depending on what third down, the yards left on third down, you can either run or pass. But usually, it's run on first.
Last season, Dak Prescott had 8 more attempts of 20-plus yards than Sam Darnold and threw less touchdowns and less completions than Darnold in those throws.
I'm not going to sit up here and say Dak Prescott is going to take you to the Super Bowl either. Like, there's no chance.
I'm not Bird.
Year that would have happened.
CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Come on, bro.
Bird, I'm with you. I do think he's probably better than he's a top half of the league quarterback. What I would say is this: it stinks that these quarterbacks that are like middle of the road, like Kirk Cousins, they're just good enough to be starting in the NFL, but they're not good enough to take you to like any promising like deep playoff run. Is what pisses me off.
It's also the 52 other people around them. That's why this is the greatest team sport of all time. Like, there's only one team that can win every year.
Yeah, but the problem is
a quarterback $60 million is because you got to pay up 52 other people.
Well,
the problem is,
but the thing is that
the problem is quarterbacks.
I don't know why we're
get
complaining about contracts. I think that's foolish. When you guys had Kirk Cousins, I have fucking Jared Goff on my team who's making $50 million a year. Like,
one
I'm not
said that
complaining about
we
these.
were
This is
right.
what they
It's
get.
fine.
It's what they get paid.
Yeah,
It's what they get paid.
we did.
Yeah, but they get paid for very little outcome.
It's because everybody watches. It's the most watched thing in America. It's the most attended events in America. Like that's why
I'm
the
not
money's
saying they're
there.
not worth the money, but I'm saying if you want to construct a healthy team, a well-rounded team, it has to be distributed appropriately.
We have to have both conversations, right? We have to have the conversation about being pragmatic and constructing the team and the salary cap and all of that. That's one conversation. Here's the reality of it, though. We are NFL football fans. We're going to complain if they pay the quarterback. We're going to complain
Correct.
if they don't. If they didn't pay Dak Prescott, do you understand how upset I would have been? But you know what else I would have been? I would have still been wearing this Cowboy jersey. I was upset when they traded Parsons. I'm still wearing this Cowboy jersey.
Okay. So hear me out, though. And maybe this is a bad example. Tom Brady took way less money his whole career, and he didn't have to.
His wife was rich, though.
Right, but Tom Brady's
so-
also like Tom Brady's also the GOAT who's gonna like get paid a bunch of money for the rest of his life just based off of that.
Tom Brady made so much money off the field. Hey, bright lights. Your system always looks up the information better than me. Can you find out how much money Tom Brady made off the field during his time in the NFL? Because I don't care how much his contract was. You can't tell me he made.
I mean, that kind of stinks, though. So if you're super successful outside of the NFL, you can use that to your advantage. You know what I mean? It's kind of
the NFL. You
No,
can use
so
it as
it's called
a-
Here's
greed.
the thing, Jedi.
I would
Here's
say
the
it's
thing.
greed.
The NFL over anything else is still a business and it's still ruled by money. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to pay who they want, and they're not going to pay who they want and find a reason to not pay them. So whatever the players make outside of the sport, I'm fine with.
But here's what's going to happen, and I'll guarantee you, Bird.
It was
Mark my
Tom
words. You
Brady.
can go back
Tom
to
Brady.
go back to this broadcast in a year. If Kyler Murray wins one playoff game, I bet you the Vikings will offer this man $60 million to come back. And I'm not saying like he's not going to be
That's
worth it
probably
because that's
because
a
you
market,
guys
right?
made the mistake of not paying Sam Darnold the year prior, though.
100% agree with
Right.
you. It was the worst thing that the Vikings management probably has ever done. Is let Sam Darnold
Yeah,
walk off the
Hey,
door.
Bird.
If that's here's the deal. If you're going to pay Kyler Murray for
Where were
one
you at?
good
Hold
year,
on. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got one question.
it's going to bite you in the ass.
How many of you were complaining when they didn't sign Sam Darnold? I need to know how many of you were up in arms and were
Not many of
furious
these guys on this panel was. I'll be honest.
about Sam Darnold being gone. Who was crying, "Oh my God, we've lost Sam Darnold. What are we going to do?"
I was bought into the JJ McCarthy propaganda.
Nobody,
I wasn't.
everybody, even ESPN, all of your talking sports head was like, "Oh, JJ Carter."
It's because they make so much money off the
He's a
draft.
great
That's
pick.
why. But
You know, he was going to.
I
Well,
rest my case.
Like he's got all the tools. He can do all the work. Right. So nobody was sitting here crying about Sam Darnold. You weren't crying then. Don't cry now. I still don't want Sam Darnold as my quarterback. And you don't want Sam Darnold either because there's no guarantee that your coaching staff is going to do what's necessary to work with him. And
Right.
what we do want to do, and one of the greatest things about the NFL is because they've built such a great brand, everybody goes into the season saying, man, if just a couple of things go right, we can win a Super Bowl. You already have Kyler Murray winning one postseason game. So you've already concluded that we're going to at least make it to the postseason. You're looking at your division and you're saying, well, I'm going to at least make it to the postseason. I'm in
I mean,
the
we went
NFC.
9-8 last year with the worst quarterback play in the league. So
This is what makes the NFL great.
They're gonna make
This
playoffs.
is why
can-
quarterbacks
Any
get
given
paid
Sunday.
so much.
I got an answer to your
There it
question,
is.
Big Bird, about Brady's earnings.
Yes, sir.
Tom Brady on the field, fifth most in NFL history, $315 million. Funnily enough, right behind Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott. But off the
crazy.
field, he made $200 million, which would put $200 million in itself off the field would make him the 20th highest paid quarterback in the NFL if you put him on that list of all time.
See, you have to understand that Tom Brady came from somewhere else.
Right.
Tom Brady came in. Tom Brady was not chosen. Tom Brady was thrust into the spotlight and won.
Right.
He sent Bledsoe into retirement or into the arms of the Dallas Cowboys with a Super Bowl ring. Here's what you have to understand. Once he did that, he didn't have to look for a paycheck on the field
What movie you guys want to watch?
because everybody told him he was going to be fine either way. So what did he do? He took whatever money was necessary and say, build a roster around me because I'm going to make another $30 million, $15 million, $20 million here and there.
Hey, Bert, I kind of disagree with that. I think his wife had a big part of that.
Giselle? Why would Giselle?
In what way?
Bro, she was fucking paid. What you mean?
Yeah, but their money was separate, dude.
Yeah, I think it was separate. But
Their money was separate.
Come on. Okay.
so where do you think we go here? Do you think we just keep the carousel going, Bird, for the Vikings quarterback, going these 1 or 2 year deals, recycle veterans, toss around the league, or you think it's better we keep going into the draft and find one? Because, I mean, I still don't think they have a full verdict on J.J. McCarthy, if I'm being honest, from my position.
Well, you don't have it. You can't keep trading somebody out every 3 years. Like everybody doesn't just hit, right? Like you have to understand Dak Prescott as a draft pick. He wasn't expected to hit. He only came in because he happened to have Emmitt Smith in his prime, and Romo hurt his back against
Romo got hurt, right?
Preseason, right?
Romo got hurt, yeah.
And not only that, but if Romo plays the year after that, I think they win the Super Bowl. I think Dak was the reason they didn't.
No, if Romo played at the end of that year, I don't think anyone. I don't know if anyone remembers, but Romo came back at the end of that season and did a drive against Philadelphia that was freaking artwork, and like that was the last thing he did for the Cowboys. I'm telling you, like
As they finished 8-8.
No, we went 13.
I was just fucking with you. That was an easy shot.
But the thing is, Tony Romo, one, you're not supposed to lose your job to injury. If they stood by, you don't lose your job to injury. I believe that's a Super Bowl year for us after living through heartbreak.
I disagree, but that's something.
I think Dak Prescott was the greatest quarterback Mississippi State had. I mean, he's definitely a top 10 quarterback in the league. If he wasn't a Cowboy fan, he wouldn't get criticized so fucking hard. Personally, I agree with that.
I got Dak over Romo
100% of the time.
I got Dak over Romo too.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna say it again.
I'm annoyed by him on TV, but
y'all are absolutely trolling me. Right
I'm gonna say
I
this
think
again.
Dak Prescott clears Tony Romo 10 times out of 10.
No, I think Romo's way better. Romo's way better.
I don't think so.
I disagree.
No,
I disagree.
Romo.
I was not a big Romo. I was not a big Romo guy at all.
Romo did more with far less. Let's pull up.
Miles Austin.
Let's pull up.
Who had the 2,000-yard DeMarco Murray? Was that Dak Prescott?
The top 10 receivers. The top 10 receivers up under Tony Romo.
You had Dez Bryant. And you had Gallagher. You had another receiver.
Jason Witten. I mean, I'm not going to consider him a receiver, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Myles Garrett, Miles Austin.
Yeah, Miles Austin.
We're not really saying Miles Austin, guys, right? We're not really saying that.
I'm going to say this. Brev doesn't like it when I say this. I know Brev don't like when I say this. You give Christian Ponder 4 years, and you don't give. If you give Christian Ponder 4 years, you give J.J. McCarthy another year. I don't care what KOC says.
I was a big Christian Ponder fan back in the day. I was just 12 years old.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was mad Christian Ponder was ass at Florida State.
How many good Florida State quarterbacks?
He got benched his senior year
maybe?
in the Senior Bowl, man.
I never understood why the hell we drafted him. But that draft class for quarterbacks was terrible too.
That was Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, Ponder, and Cam Newton went first overall.
That was, and the other one, Ryan Mallett was in that. Ryan Mallett was in that draft class too.
Yeah, Ponder was horrible.
Rest in peace, Ryan Mallett.
But I will say this though, Jada, we are living different times now, bro. Like I like J.J. McCarthy.
Well, you think it's just people are less patient for success? Yeah. I mean, dude, look at Look at Elway's first year. Look at Aikman's first. Didn't Manning lead the interceptions for like 2 years or something? Like his first year?
Archie, Peyton Manning was bad his rookie year. He threw a lot of interceptions. His second
he
year,
also set a record on his rookie year.
The game, because all they did was throw the football.
That's what I'm saying. He set a record. So when people say
They've probably been behind in a lot of games.
When people say, "Oh, Manny was ass his rookie year," he also set records his rookie year.
No, if you're talking about Manny's being ass their rookie year, his daddy sucked. His daddy's for about 4 years.
I don't think the Vikings. I really don't think they're being impatient on JJ McCarthy because yes, last year was his first year after he missed an entire year due to injury. His second year, he can't play more than 3 games in a row. Minnesota was always going to sign a veteran quarterback this offseason. I'll say it a million more times. Kyler Murray just happened to be available for free. Why the fuck would you not sign Kyler Murray if he's available for free and you need a quarterback in the room?
Yes, sir.
It's opportunistic. It's good. It's a smart play if given timing. I'll give you that. But
I agree. And like
happens,
O'Connell said today, whoever has the most comfort in the offense is who he's naming starter. He said that today. He's giving them both the same reps, so no one can complain about that.
Man,
whoever runs offense more comfortably,
bro.
No, you're an outsider. Don't listen to anything Kevin O'Connell says.
Well, listen, bro. I also follow a lot of you guys, so trust me. I take what
Don't let
people that are getting paid millions of dollars with a grain of salt. Trust me.
Point blank, honest about this. Anytime that motherfucker opens his mouth, he's lying. Anytime.
Hey, Brev, I have a question.
Not the way I live my life, but
Brev, serious question.
Mm-hmm.
If you see what Sean Payton can do with Bo Nix, do you think Sean Payton can get more out of JJ McCarthy than
no?
Bo Nix, Bo Nix. Go ahead, B.
Bo Nix was a proven passer out of college. JJ McCarthy was.
Correct.
Thank you, B. You took the.
You can scheme it. You can scheme it.
You don't think they did scheme it at Michigan for a full season, and you didn't get, but I think maybe 1 300-yard game. McCarthy was not good in college, and I hope people truly understand that. And Jim Harbaugh was our offense
fucked
was
up
dog
Alabama
shit.
In the second half.
Well, we had the best running game and best defense
for him.
in the country.
You guys keep saying he sucked in college, but did you not get a national championship out of it?
Yeah, Blake Corum and that defense destroyed everybody else, bro.
But you still had JJ as quarterback, and you got the national championship.
Yeah, but
JJ McCarthy in the national championship
against Washington, guys. Against Washington, guys.
JJ McCarthy completed, and again,
it doesn't matter who they play. He won a national championship.
Yes, it does. Oh my God, yes, it does in college, bro.
I'm wrong at the end of the day for saying this because I loved McCarthy, so I'm going back on what I said, and I accept that. JJ McCarthy completed 11 passes in the national championship. He sucked in the national.
Stop playing me, bro. I'm from
here. Who won? Who won?
Also,
we did by
who won?
By 100 points.
Most important game. What was the most important stat?
Run them numbers.
What was the most important stat? At a W.
So it's because of the quarterback. It's because we won, TB.
It's a team. If you're gonna, here's the deal. It's a team sport, right? Did you not say that?
Okay.
It's a team sport. Okay,
now
who's part of the team?
Break it down individually. If I'm trying to draft a quarterback in the first round, and I'm going to trade up to get said quarterback, am I really going to look at everything he did at Michigan, including the time where his own head coach, who said he was the best quarterback in the draft, took the ball out of his hands for 37 straight plays?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say to this. Here's what I'm going to say to listen to me good. You draft a quarterback like JJ McCarthy, making him your franchise quarterback, you know he's got limitations right off the bat. You can see on the film he's got limitations. You can tell he's got limitations.
Yeah, he can roll to his right and hit a tight end in the flat.
Hold on. Why the hell don't you put together a game plan that works best to work to his limits, works to what his strengths are? Why are you putting him into a system that's like, okay, you're going to do this because it's my playbook and that's it? You didn't put anything around him to help him. You left him out there basically nuts out to fail. And that's on the head coach. If you're going to build a championship offense and a championship team, you put together talent that works with the scheme that best fits that team, not your playbook.
Okay. Now,
I
would
can't
you
argue with
agree
that.
would you agree that the offensive prowess that you need to have in college is way below what you would need to have an offense to just be borderline average in the NFL?
You know what? I'm not even gonna. You know what? Here's a problem. This is the problem. Everybody thinks the player comes in and he's got to do this, he got to do that. Why is nobody blaming these coaches who get these guys and don't do shit with them and fuck them up mentally?
Listen, so I try to have that agreement about Bryce Underwood. I think Bryce Underwood's a completely different quarterback, way more talented than J.J. McCarthy, but will forever be worse off because he went to Michigan. He decided to come back home to Michigan and get coached by Sherrone Moore versus being coached at LSU.
But here's the thing,
it's going to ruin
though.
his NFL career because of it, TB.
Here's the thing.
Went to any West Coast offense or anything, he would be a better quarterback now. Michigan doesn't produce quarterback.
TB, I am 100%.
This is what I'm trying to say. When you get into the NFL, that changes everything, right? Okay, the NFL is another animal. Period. We don't know who's going to make it. But if you're an NFL head coach and personnel, you put together something to work for that quarterback. You put together a scheme and personnel to work for that quarterback. You coach that player. You don't put him out there. And if you got a strong running game, you lean on that running game to help that quarterback out.
I agree. I believe you're absolutely correct in that assessment. I believe you're absolutely correct in saying that, hey, it doesn't make any sense to bring a player in who doesn't fit the system you're running.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense to bring in to draft a running back with the top first 5 picks if your offense runs the spread all year long. So I get it. And I agree with what you're saying. What I think the biggest thing right here is, and I think this is an issue across the NFL, there is this thing about quarterbacks where
they suck in college.
They don't make good judgment calls. So there is the thing that translates to the NFL is not the physical capability.
It's judgment.
It's not. It is not physical capability. And this is the only. And I'll say this: this is the only position where I believe this stands true. And we can go back to the GOAT to talk about it. If you saw Tom Brady, everybody shows his combine picture. There's this dude is 100%.
It was bad.
Boy.
It was bad.
No way
it was bad. It was bad.
But this is the only position in the NFL where what translates from college to the NFL is decision making. It's how they perform up under pressure. What do they do? So Purdy has zero physical tools, right? Purdy has zero physical tools that said he should be an NFL quarterback.
That's not true.
That is not true. This is why he was the last person drafted. I'm not saying he doesn't have zero physical tools, but there was a reason he was the last person off the board. There was zero expectation of his.
I mean, the last person.
NFL, right?
Like
he's got minimal tools.
Right, but when you go back and you watch his senior year in college, what he did is he handled pressure well. He handled not the pressure of being under pressure when being rushed, but the pressure of being in pressure situations. No, he doesn't have the biggest arm. And if you put the ball in his hand and you tell him it's your job to go win the game, you're going to lose. But like you just said, TB, if you put a system around it, designed to get the ball into the hands of your players and run and have a good defense and occasionally have him throw a deep crossing route when you've drawn the defense in and you've got a single high coverage. When you do things like that, then you put this person in a position to be very successful. And that's what the NFL does a bad job of doing, is they go and look for quarterbacks with physical tools, and physical tools from college in the quarterback position do not translate. They translate in running back. They translate in defensive linemen and offensive linemen. They translate in wide receivers. They don't translate in your quarterback. They don't translate in quarterbacks. And you can look at them number after number after number.
I also think, too, that
Tim Tebow won a playoff game, though. Tim Tebow won a playoff game.
Organizations in general.
If he mentions Tim Tebow again, you better mute his mic. You better not.
Flashy.
Tim Tebow is also out of the league
bro.
2 years
I'm just
later.
saying, Tim Tebow won a playoff game, dog.
And was out of the league.
So
5 years later.
you know what? So did Case Keenum.
Yo, let me say
here's
this
my
in
thing, too.
defense of
Organizations, I
J.J.
don't know,
McCarthy.
this is the thing with the NFL, too, that I think is a big problem. Organizations will draft these guys high, And they have zero
What up,
patience,
Bummy?
and the media has zero
what's
patience
up?
for these guys.
What's up,
They
buddy?
need to let these guys
up,
learn the game. They need
Well,
to let
because
them,
now
but people
now
don't
with
want
the
to, but they don't want
NFL,
to do that anymore, and it sucks. And
everything with
it
the
sucks.
NFL now,
And walking in,
everybody's on a 4-year contract with the
because of
NFL.
the rookie
So
scale
basically,
contract, completely aware of that.
So
But
basically, teams know when they're ready to move on from you. Usually, they get 3 years out of you, and they're ready to move on.
okay, well, let's hypothetically say that the Vikings would have re-signed Darnold for 2 more years, like
At the
last 2
same
years,
time,
given McCarthy time and those couple
Hey,
of years.
hold on. Hey, Dale, what you about to say, Dale?
I was going to come to J.J. McCarthy's defense and say when he played Alabama, the game before the national championship game, they were down by like 14
Yeah, he made a
points,
couple good
and
throws in that
J.J.
game. I remember
McCarthy came back. He scored like 3 touchdowns that game, came back in the second half. He went 17 out of 27, 221 passing yards with 3 touchdowns, had 3 carries for 25 yards. That's to get him in the national championship game, where he's still, the narrative of him is that he's a
The year
handoff
before he looked
merchant.
against
No, he
TCU
took that
too.
fucking game
And that was the
over.
deep.
Y'all
the
be
defense
holding
that
on to the
matters.
Alabama
They
shit.
were down by 14 in that game, by the way.
That Alabama
Michigan
shit don't mean nothing to me.
Wolverines a national championship by himself.
What?
Oh, he won it by himself.
You say what? You ain't
know
doing
who
that
else-
on here.
Yeah,
You know who
Hey,
else
bro,
won a
just
game?
quiet down, bro.
yeah.
You know who else won a game?
No,
You don't
he
want to
ain't-
talk
he ain't
football without
doing
J.J.
shit
saying
by
it.
McCarthy
himself.
had 3 touchdowns. Fuck you, Nug. Had 3 touchdowns against Alabama the game before the national championship game. So shut up. Just shut
Alabama
up.
won't even Alabama no more.
Shut up.
Come on, bro. Don't
Fucking
do this.
Sorry,
naysayer.
bud.
You know.
So
who
is
the
anybody
best game to do
is
was the
anybody on
championship?
is anybody on the panel ready to say that JJ McCarthy's a bust straight up?
Not yet.
No.
No, but I mean, it's okay that
I'll stand true with my
just
take.
be ass.
And Zoe's
Is that
the only
okay
one
to
on this
say?
podcast that knows this has been my take since JJ was playing with us. Still, is yes, I think JJ will be a bust,
I think he might just be ass.
and that's still on a football team with the best wide receiver in football, arguably the best wide receiver room in football. So I will say that he'll be a bust even with all that, and Darisaw and O'Neal. So,
TB, I want to get to your point about the amount of time for quarterbacks, though. Some of that the reason is because a lot of the playbooks they kind of dumbed down to where it's kind of like college. You know what I'm saying? They kind of use some of the same concepts, so it makes it
they
easier
do.
for the
It's a lot of
transition
it.
to move forward.
Yeah,
So
because a
that's why
lot of
Go ahead.
offensive coaches in the NFL will use that college system and bring it to the NFL. It's not like, okay, now that you're in the pros, you're going to learn this system. Now,
my point
pros
is
in that college system.
but my point is, it's
technically-
not going to be like it was in the past because everybody loves to bring up like the Peyton Manning thing. Like, well, it took him like 45 years before you saw what was Peyton Manning. Granted, not everybody's going to be fucking Peyton Manning for one, and then two, it's like I said, with the way that the game is kind of dumbed down now, they expect these guys to just be able to seamlessly come, move forward, even though they have these 5-year contracts.
Here's the funny
just
part.
talk to these guys about it. It's about what 3 years? I'll say for a quarterback now.
Right. Here's the thing, and this is what I mean about not understanding the translations of talents of individuals and skill sets from college to pros. Peyton Manning, the physical skill sets, this is what I'm talking about. The physical skill sets were there. What Peyton Manning had to do is Peyton Manning had to get the mental aspect of this
The
is
mental
what the
aspect.
game looks back. Because here's the thing. You have 3 opportunities. You have 3 opportunities as a quarterback to win on a play. You have pre-snap, right? You have the play itself, which is once it's snapped, you know what you're looking at and you're doing the right thing. And then you have post-snap. Post-snap are those quarterbacks that can say, hey, I did not get us into the right play. I need to do something physically to win this play, right? And so Peyton Manning never had, hey, I made the wrong play. Let me physically improvise to win this play. So where did he have to win? He either had to win pre-snap or he had to win at the snap of the ball and getting his team into the right play. once he was able to mentally do that, he was able to physically be able to perform. And that's what you see with a lot of quarterbacks is I don't see Peyton was given opportunity with the offense in his hand when he was in Tennessee. I don't see McCarthy with that same leeway. And the quarterbacks that do the most, who put up the best numbers, they understand I can get us into a better play. Not meaning I can get us into a play that's going to score a touchdown. I'm going to get us into a play that's going to be a huge play, but I can get us into a better play than we're in right now. And then by getting us into that better play, we're able to move forward. If you watch the show on Netflix called Quarterbacks or whatever, the first thing they covered was Kirk Cousins, his second game of the year, where he literally said up under O'Connell, I was scared and I didn't get us into the right play. After winning the first game, the second game, he saw it pre-snap, and he said, I didn't get us into a better play. You have to be able to do that. That's what separates your Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescotts and everybody else from your greats, from your Jared Goffs, from your Tom Brady's, from your Joe Montana's and your other Super Bowl winners, your Joe Theismann's. How do they win? They understand there are 3 times to win. And if you can do the first 2, that physical talent, you don't have to use, which is why, which is why you see players like Kyler Murray, who clearly has no idea what's happening pre-snap, is constantly running around trying to do stuff physically. And I think that's what made, and you guys, please don't kick me off of here for what I'm about to say. I understand it's a little sacrilegious. I'm not a fan of what I'm about to say either.
You won't get kicked off though. We all say stupid shit.
One of the things that made Aaron Rodgers great, and one of the reasons I hated him, is he was not only gifted and talented, but he was lucky. I've never seen anybody complete as many Hail Marys in my life as this man.
As a Lions fan, I know that all too well.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that's those 3 areas where I can beat you before the play, I can beat you during the play, and I can beat you while the play is going on. And that's what separates like those greats from your good quarterbacks.
100%.
Where do you think that comes from? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jamal.
I want to touch on something Jedi said about why teams are kind of hurrying up and speeding up the process. I think it's because you go into a season, you're like, okay, we're rebuilding, we got a new quarterback, let's take it slow, and you start losing, and the human element into it starts taking over, where you start panicking, thinking they hired me to come here, to build a winning football team, and once you start losing with a rookie quarterback, you start panicking and you start thinking my job might be on the line. They might get me out of here and just redo this whole thing. So then you start wanting to win, and then you start thinking, what do I got to do to win? And that's where they're like, look, this quarterback this veteran I signed, he sucks ass. I'm gonna throw my rookie in there, throw him in the fire. He has all, I drafted him for a reason. I think he's gonna save me, and they don't, because they're rookies. And then all this snowballs on top of each other. They start losing more games, and then they get him out of there. The quarterback has a new head coach. It's just, there's a lot of, it's bullshit.
So here's my question. Where we're blaming right now, because everything that's wrong, I've heard a lot of blame for JJ. I'm going to ask this question so somebody answers it. Where is the blame for Kevin O'Connell, since he is supposed to be the quarterback guru, the offensive genius, to put this kid in a position to be successful?
TV, I think it's Quezzy and Kevin O'Connell for even drafting a guy like JJ McCarthy for a team that is not.
Okay, so I got to set the record straight. Here's the deal with Quezzy. Quezzy did nothing but check a box. Quezzy was a scapegoat. Okay. Bottom line, any decisions that were made, hold on, Nug, hold on. Any decisions that were made with this team were made by committee. Everybody knows that. Quezzy was just the face to get out there and put it all to the press. Because guess what? Quezzy tried to make a GM move. When he first got here, he tried to make a GM move. What did he do? He brought in Jim Harbaugh. And what did the Vikings do? Shut his ass down.
Yeah, but then they listened to Jim Harbaugh's like propaganda saying that JJ McCarthy is a good quarterback, and saying that like Jim Harbaugh was doing a press tour while he's actively coaching another team in the Chargers, like during the same
Nudge,
cycle. He's literally saying he's like glazing JJ for no reason. When Jim Harbaugh knows he took the ball out of his quarterback.
What I gotta tell you, you don't know the whole story, okay? Here's the deal with Harbaugh. Crazy brought Harbaugh up here to get the head coaching gig. Harbaugh was in the building for 2 days.
Okay.
You are not in a team's facility for 2 days unless you're going to get the head coaching job. You're not.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it fell apart.
But again, it has nothing to do with Jim Harbaugh being in your facility because Jim Harbaugh didn't draft JJ. Right?
What'd you about to say,
Jim
B?
Harbaugh specifically did like a press tour. He did a press tour saying how good JJ was.
JJ McCarthy. What'd you about to say, B?
What you got, B?
Holy shit, I forgot what my voice sounded like. I've been trying to chime in for 25 fucking minutes. My thing.
Do you remember what you were going to say?
Honestly, there was 2 other things I completely forgot that I was going to say. But the main thing I wanted to say, which was because I don't really disagree completely with what TB was saying. Why do we not stump for JJ McCarthy like we stump for Will Howard, for Mac Jones, for Stetson Bennett? Because these are all guys who won national championships. And Will Howard, national champions.
You remember Stetson Bennett. You remember
Will Howard won a national championship off a much better season than JJ McCarthy played.
He did.
On a team that probably wasn't better than Michigan. Stetson Bennett, Georgia was probably better than Michigan comparatively, comparing those 2 teams, but it's Stetson fucking Bennett. Mac Jones threw 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and won a national championship. Carson Beck won a game to go to a national championship, so I don't know why JJ McCarthy winning a game to go to a national championship is some fucking achievement.
Beck did win a championship, though.
I got that for that.
I think the problem is because it's become national now. They hate on JJ. That's got a lot to do with it, and plus the head coach threw him under the bus.
But my whole thing is, go ahead, B.
No, go ahead, Zoe. You're good.
No, go ahead. Say what you about to say.
Well, no, I think some of the hate is self-inflicted on himself, and also that he.
Well, what did he do?
The point.
He also won a national championship on a team widely regarded to be cheating the entire time Harbaugh was there. So let's just put that out there.
That wasn't JJ McCarthy out there. That was 9. I call him 9.
He did that shit. Like that shit was so corny.
He's 23 years old. There's a 23
Coach Kevin
with that, man?
Coach Kevin.
About Deion Sanders.
I don't even fault him on that.
The guy's been cringeworthy since he walked on the campus in Michigan.
Coach Kevin told me not to gritty into the end zone, but
y'all know the fact that he said Indian style at the goal line.
Here's the thing, Ryan. Here's why he's treated the way he's treated, based on expectations. Here's the thing: you guys came into the season expecting to win. You guys came into the season with the expectation that if this guy just plays decent, that we're gonna be able to go somewhere with him, and he didn't. So that's why it changes. So
he actually did play good though, Bird.
When?
Second half of the season.
Come on,
stop this.
Why y'all keep on saying that shit?
He played against the Detroit Lions practice squad defense. Played very good against us that game. I'll give him that. What, he threw 300 yards on my horrific defense. Everybody should have been fired.
300. He ain't
okay, well then all right.
No,
he
JJ
had a good
McCarthy
game.
had
he might be Tim Tebow, man. The way y'all treat him, I've never seen somebody love like this.
Who?
If we watched the games, if we had really watched the games, JJ McCarthy had like the 4th best big time throw rate in the NFL. He was making amazing throws. Now either they were what's wrong with that, Brev?
How open were they? How you guys get those?
He did say Bird.
I need somebody to log off real quick.
He was brought here, Bird, to identify and develop a young franchise quarterback.
Okay,
my fault. Go ahead. I'll let you continue. My bad.
Yes, he was.
I need somebody to log off real quick.
But what you were saying, Bird. Also, I was thinking.
I got you, though.
When I was little, like the quarterbacks seem to translate better. Maybe the decision making, the product of the quarterback position seems like it has gone down.
Argue about JJ?
And I don't know. Is that coaching?
No,
Do you think that's coaching?
A
Because
lot of that is coaching.
Here's what it
A
is.
lot of it
Here's
is
what it is.
coaching.
The question was posed earlier. And a lot of it is coaching. Yes, I do agree. Question was posed earlier. Why are we so hell bent on getting these quarterbacks out here and going in the first 2 years? Here's why. The NFL, and I'll always say this, and I've always have, the NFL, like no other major league sports franchise on the planet, can give an argument for every team in the league to have a chance. Like any given Sunday is real. When you consider that the longest odds to ever win a Super Bowl were the St. Louis with the Rams up under Kurt Warner after they lost their starting quarterback. So this is information I just looked up. They were 15,000 to 1 to start the season at winning the Super Bowl. But if you get a quarterback like Kurt Warner, if you can get a cornerback that can make some things happen, that thing starts to snowball, then you can go from being in the dumpster to destiny overnight. And so why do these quarterbacks matter? Because if I can just get one, that's why you don't let go of Dak Prescott. That's why the
Unfortunately, I don't let go of a Jared Goff. Unfortunately, I can't let go of Jared Goff because who am I going to get?
I want to answer Dell.
I do want to push back on that, but go ahead, bro.
I want to answer Dell real quick though, because he asked me what's wrong with the big time throw percentage, and I understand what you're throwing. I do respect JJ McCarthy's willingness to go deep, but the reason I say that big time throw percentage doesn't matter is because his completion percentage when throwing 20+ yards was the 41st best in the league. He threw 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions going deep. His completion percentage was tied with Cooper Rush, Jared Stidham, and Joe Milton. So, I don't really think his willingness to throw deep downfield is good, but I'm not going to praise him for that yet because he needs to complete a pass.
What you about
Bird,
to say?
you just reminded me of the season of Nick Foles. You just
you
reminded me of the
say?
season of Nick Foles, Bird.
I got a lot to say.
About what?
It depends which topic. Let's just start off with McCarthy. All of y'all are really right. There's no wrong takes. I'll say this about JJ. JJ had the least amount of starting attempts in college, least amount of throws. So he's going to be a player that has to have the reps. That was just from the jump. Also, I'm not going to blame the Vikings for taking McCarthy. It's McCarthy's fault for getting injured. They gave him every opportunity. So you can't blame the Vikings for picking up Kyler Murray and saying they gave up on JJ McCarthy. I still believe they have the mentality of Green Bay as well. Bring Kyler in. We still got JJ for 2 more years. Everybody talking about as if he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. Well, they might trade him if he asks for it. But if he was smart, he would realize he has a great situation. He needs to just sit there and learn. Now, McCarthy showed promise in some games. He showed that he can be clutch. He showed that he's willing to throw the ball downfield, unlike Kirk Cousins on 4th and 8, who threw a check down in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That is a big part of it, especially as a young quarterback. Also, what I didn't hear anybody speak of, if you listen to any of the Vikings players, they all behind McCarthy. They all love McCarthy. He's the leader.
They are.
He's the leader.
He's a good team guy.
Has more talent, but he doesn't have the leadership of McCarthy yet. So,
hey, Sly, I want to say this though. Like McFadden said, y'all tripping. That head coach ain't did nothing to help that kid. You right about that, but I do want to say this. I'm not a big fan of Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert had a bum ass head coach.
What's this got to do with this shit? So
no, what I'm saying is, I seen Justin Herbert rookie year look like a damn nice young quarterback in the NFL when I watched him his rookie year, with a bum ass head coach in a terrible defense.
Who was his first coach? Brandon Staley.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Justin Herbert was one of the top, if not the top quarterback coming out. JJ McCarthy was the 5th quarterback taken. So it's going to be a drop off with talent there.
What quarterback? He was taking what?
He was third. Herbert went after Burrow and Tua.
I'm taking Justin Herbert over Tua.
Starting in Atlanta.
Justin Herbert has the physical ability. 6'5", can throw the ball anywhere on the field.
But this is
And then coming from the Oregon system makes it different too.
Yeah,
This is what I
that's
would
what
say
I'm
about
saying,
McCarthy. And what I mean about like the physical skills don't translate as well as the tangible skills do, or the intangible skills do to the NFL in the quarterback position. I looked up JJ McCarthy when trailing in the fourth quarter in the 3 years that he started. He threw 17 passes total in the fourth quarter. 17 passes in the fourth quarter.
I love Brad, bro.
All right, listen. My rebuttal to that would be
he threw eight passes in the fourth quarter, pass attempts when trailing in 2022. He threw 9 in 2023, including the comeback game against Alabama. Here's the thing. He spent most of his career protecting the lead. He spent most of his career where he's get the opportunity where his team is up, the defenses are going after the run. He has a phenomenal run. He has a phenomenal running back, and so he gets to do things like play action and check down to get big plays.
But I would say this. I wouldn't say that's a knock on McCarthy. He just didn't be.
No, that's just the game plan.
That's the system that he was running.
Right.
That's the system. So that goes back to my point.
So
with
here's
the reps.
the question.
Hold on. This is my point with the reps, right? JJ McCarthy, his first game, just look at his first start ever versus Chicago. In Chicago, he threw 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, and ran one in the fourth quarter while trailing. They needed to do that, so he showed that he can do it. He just need more reps. Now, I'm not the biggest JJ McCarthy fan. I never was, but I'm an evaluator. I'm not gonna sit up here and say he's just trash. Like the last 5 games, when Kevin O'Connell switched the offense up, where is he not playing better? You got to realize, like you said, Bird, I agree with you. Jaden Daniels, when he first came into the league, he had the most simple offense ever. They used his college offense. One read, RPO. JJ McCarthy was never asked to do that. If anything, he should have been asked to do that because he didn't have as many reps in college. He was asked to come in and learn the most complex offense in the NFL. Ask Kirk Cousins, ask Sam Darnold. It took them a long time to even get comfortable just because of the verbiage. He's not spitting out two words. He's spitting out like 15 each play, and you got to learn all the plays. So I'm going to give JJ McCarthy grace and just say he needs time on the bench to sit behind somebody like Kyle.
Yeah, and here's the problem. And
complexity. It depends on who you ask. Go ahead.
But what's the biggest thing is that are we looking to win with this quarterback? And you guys are like, yes, like we have talent, and rightfully so. You should be looking to win. Like you can't waste Justin Jefferson's prime years for a quarterback who's trying to figure out the verbiage. Like that can't be the conversation.
Don't worry about it. If we don't go this year, he's out of here.
Though, you can't blame the player. What I'm gonna say this: JJ McCarthy's biggest problem is his health. So that's what you can blame him about. You can't blame him about what the coaches was asked to do. That's on them for putting the whole entire season on a rookie 22-year-old that never took a snap in the NFL. They should have brought back Sam Darnold. Most of the Vikings fans wasn't asking to bring back Sam Darnold because our mentality was Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback whisperer, right? He should be able to get the best out of his hand-picked quarterback. So
that's a big joke in all of football.
If we use the money that we would have used $100 million to sign Sam Darnold, our mentality, at least me, I'm gonna speak for myself, was we can use that to get better at other aspects of the game. You know what I'm saying? As far as like bringing in other players to be able to help the young quarterback. Now, JJ McCarthy just got hurt his second game. He missed the whole entire first season. So like, it's just a bad, unfortunate situation or unfortunate events that happen. I'm not out on him, but I don't blame them for bringing in a veteran quarterback for free. You got Kyler Murray. Who wouldn't do that? You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you
I agree. I agree with that completely.
So let me ask you this. So
you should start every game too.
Like I'm a JJ fan though, but I got to keep it real though. Like when I see JJ play, bro, it give me like Zach Wilson, Will Levis. It gave me no type of vibe.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but listen.
Will
Okay,
Levis might be a little bit better, by the way.
You guys have
as bad as Will Levis.
Right, you guys have the worst possible thing you could have in the NFL. You got 2 quarterbacks. That's the worst thing you could possibly have in the NFL.
Who's been saying that, Dell, for the longest time? You got 2 quarterbacks, you have 0.
Because listen, Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre is on the same team. That's 2 quarterbacks. Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers is on the same team. That's 2 quarterbacks. The difference is they knew how to develop.
Whoa.
Hey, Bird. Talk about Walsh and Aikman.
Rodgers never put it down until Favre put up a stink and they got rid of him. Other than that, Rodgers never saw the field.
You can't.
JJ McCarthy is like a paradox, though.
You can't make a. Go ahead.
I was gonna say JJ McCarthy's a paradox because I agree with everything that Sly is saying. Thanks for following me back on TikTok, by the way.
Yes, sir.
I agree with everything that he's saying. McCarthy is like the ultimate paradox where he needs to sit, but he also needs to play. Like the lack of reps that he has, like he needs to get the experience, but oh my God, he's on the field. Don't make me fucking watch this shit.
Right, but you have to do it, and weird. This goes to what TB is saying is, fine, put him on the field, but you have got to create your offense in a way, sweetheart. You have got to create your offense in a way that's going to support him being on the field. And here's the difference. Here's the difference between Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Jordan Love. You have 2 first ballot Hall of Famers who are starting, and you brought in a young quarterback. You most certainly are going to sit. If Tony Romo hadn't got injured, Dak Prescott would have been sitting. Yep. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Kyler Murray, who is already considered a bust, which is why you got him for free, coming in to start ahead of a guy who everybody is prepared to call a bust and upset for the price you paid for him. You have 2 quarterbacks that don't have any answers. You don't know what you're going to get from them. You have 0 quarterbacks.
My pushback to that would be that's what people thought about Sam Darnold when we brought Sam Darnold in. He showed 0 evidence that he was going to thrive in any offense, let alone our complex offense. But guess what? He went out there and put up 14 wins. I'm not saying Kyler Murray.
He got better 2 teams before us.
Like a number 1 overall pick.
That goes back to my point. That's coaching in front office. That's not an indictment on JJ McCarthy. That if we would have re-signed JJ McCarthy and had him sit behind Sam Darnold for 2 or 3 years, you don't think JJ McCarthy would have played better than he did last year?
Okay, so let me chime in here.
I do.
We're talking about
14 games.
Here's the biggest one. Here's the biggest one with coaching, especially with the Vikings. You have Kevin O'Connell, but before Josh McCown took over, you had Grant Udinski, who was the quarterback coach. Everybody loved him. He knew what the hell he was doing, and he got the most out of all the quarterbacks, including Dobbs, he was the big X factor. But McCown is terrible as a coach. He is terrible, and KOC is not a quarterback whisperer. We know that. So you've got right now JJ McCarthy, who desperately needs that help. We all know he does. He desperately needs somebody to help him, to basically tutor him and get this thing right. He's basically doing it on his own because the coaching is terrible.
Failed NFL quarterbacks.
Like you in the Discord.
To be fair, Josh McCown was the quarterback coach when Sam Darnold was here. Udinski was his assistant.
This is what I want to say.
When do Udinski leave, bruv?
After 2024.
Yes.
Okay, so Udinski
something,
sweetheart. Okay.
Where did he go?
Yeah, Udinski was the assistant to McCown. McCown got here 2024 after he was in Carolina.
But they said Udinski was the one that was really running the position.
Especially that wouldn't shock
classrooms. Yeah.
But we act like
Hold
JJ.
on, Bert, what you said you wanted to say?
We weren't supposed to get Kyler's. We were supposed to get Sean Mannion and ask him to come back.
Right.
That's what we were supposed to do for a veteran QB.
Okay, but listen, this is what you're supposed to learn. This is how you're supposed to learn. So you just said, how many games did you guys win with Sam Darnold?
14
games. You weren't expecting him to do well. You let him go. He goes to another team. He wins a Super Bowl. Now you bring in Kyler Murray, also another first-round draft pick. I think he was number one overall. You bring him in. Now we keep talking about JJ McCarthy. This is what you have to figure. If Kyler Murray goes out and wins 14 games for Minnesota, do you re-sign him? And if you do, for how long? Because you have to understand, if you sign Kyler Murray to a 3 to 4 year contract, there's no way you're re-signing McCarthy because everybody else thinks McCarthy has value.
Okay, and I would say
you have to trade McCarthy for a draft pick or something.
But that's a good situation for us. If Kyler Murray comes out and wins 14 games, that means he showed that he still has it, and he's probably better than he ever been. So bye JJ. That's, you know what I'm saying? We can trade him. I don't care if we get a fifth from that point. We got a quarterback. That's the main thing. I'm not one of these guys that say, oh, we have to see what JJ has no matter what. If Kyler Murray come up here and throw 33 touchdowns and 6 interceptions and we go to the NFC Championship game, give him 3 years, 4 year contract at whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Now, if he comes out here and plays average at best or like finicky, then we still have JJ McCarthy for insurance and until we draft another quarterback. That's where I'm at with it.
How long did JJ leash this year? Like, how many games do y'all give him this year to prove he is a quarterback in the NFL?
0. Until Kyler's is taken away. He doesn't have a leash.
If we're being honest, they're both playing this year. If we're being honest,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah, they are. They are.
That's bad. That's bad.
I have a question for Bird. You're a Cowboys fan, right? Okay, so who do you believe better, Dak or Romo? I said I believe Prime Romo is better than Dak.
I believe Prime Romo was way better than Dak.
Okay, we on the same page. So what I would say to that, do you think Dak Prescott would be considered how he's considered today if he was drafted to the Browns or Jets?
Oh, he would be a career quarterback. He would be the best to ever play for the franchise.
And I disagree. I believe he would have had the same fate as a Zach Wilson over there.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Hear me out. Okay.
Situation matters.
Let's just go through it. Let's just look at it. Let's just look at a couple things.
That's infrastructure, bummy.
You
see it. A lot of people don't.
Wait, so do you say if Johnny Manziel goes to a different franchise, he actually might work out in the NFL?
Hold on. I'm not saying every quarterback.
Johnny Manziel.
Some quarterbacks are just bad. Like Johnny Manziel didn't study. He didn't listen to the coaches. You're never going to make it on no team if you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? I believe Dak has the talent, but he had the best situation a young quarterback could walk into. The best O-line in the league. Dez Bryant, Jason Witten, DeMarcus Ware, Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, Zeke.
Like they had the team set up for them.
He came into a very talented team. I will give you that. However, here's the thing that you have to look at, and this is one of the things that I say as well that I believe is a major consideration you have to give. What is the production when that person is off the field? It's not just about what does that person do when they're on the field, but when that person is off the field, are you getting the same production from the person behind him?
Didn't Cooper Rush win like 4 in a row when Dak went down?
He kicked our ass.
We had
a running football.
They could run the
Dak
football.
Prescott go crazy when they stepped in.
But they can run the football. That's
my
another
point.
thing.
Dude,
That's my point. It's the team.
The year that
Like
happened,
Sam Darnold threw the most interceptions in the NFL this year. They still won a Super Bowl. It's not like Sam Darnold came over there and had a Tom Brady season.
What I'm saying
average.
They ran the football well.
What I'm saying to you though,
yeah, they ran the football.
You have Dak Prescott in a situation coming in with the talent they had. When Cooper Rush came onto the field, Cooper Rush was not asked to do what Dak Prescott was asked to do. The numbers weren't the same. Cooper Rush's job was don't lose this game. We got enough talent to win this game. Don't lose it. Dak Prescott was put on the field and was like, let's run it up.
Okay. I would say this. I just personally, I like Dak. I used to like Dak way more than I do now. But if he was on the Cleveland Browns with no running game, no receivers, I don't see him being Dak Prescott. He might be. I'm not saying it'd be complete trash, but I don't see him being a top 5 quarterback.
Dak was better before his leg came apart. For sure.
Yeah.
I'd agree with
Okay,
that.
Sly. Hold on, Sly. What difference does it make if you win 14 games or if you win 10 games? Like, as long as you get into the playoffs, I think that's where the Vikings have no problem like making it into the playoffs. It's a different fucking game. That's what I'm saying. I don't give a shit if Kyler wins 14 games. We need a person who can actually do something in the playoffs and like take us on a run. I mean,
I agree with that because my thing is like we talking about Dak, right? I always tell my homies, Dak is the black Kirk Cousins. He gonna ball out in the regular season until the playoffs come and he's gonna shit the bed like he always did. So the fact that Jaden Daniels' rookie year on the weak-ass Commanders took a team to the NFC Championship further than Dak has ever took a team ever, and he had way better rosters. Doesn't that mean Jaden Daniels is better than him? Like
sometimes lightning strikes.
Are we not? Okay, yeah, lightning strikes. But if you put Jaden Daniels,
that is true. Sometimes lightning does strike.
Dak Prescott team that he went to when he first started with Zeke and all them, you don't think they won a bowl? Like
Natron means.
Maybe I just see a difference. Dak Prescott goes to the playoffs and throws 3 interceptions every time, then I think it says something about Dak. If Kirk Cousins can win 13 games in the regular season multiple times and go to the playoffs and lose first round of Daniel Jones, I think that says something about Kirk.
Right. In my lifetime as a Vikings fan, the 2 times that we legitimately had a chance to either win the Super Bowl, go to the Super Bowl, The two common denominators that we had in both of those seasons are we had big offensive lines and we had running backs that could run the ball. 09 with Adrian
Really good
Peterson and
running
Chester
backs.
Taylor, 98 with Robert Smith and Leroy Horde. That's when then that has been proven.
Don't forget
And we
about
haven't
the
had that
2017 team with Case Keenum. They got the
but
number
we
one
didn't,
defense.
I mean, that was running back by committee, but we didn't have a good offensive line. We got killed
No, we
against
didn't, but we had the best defense. So I would
We
say
got
this.
killed against the Eagles, though.
Go ahead.
Our
Barry.
O-line was still able to run the ball. For
I'm
sure.
saying, Sly, granted, I'll give you the comparison between Jaden Daniels and getting to a certain point in the postseason, the NFC Championship game. First and foremost, I want to say this. I don't know if any of y'all feel it the way I feel it, but Stephen A. over on ESPN has created this NFC Championship game conversation. This is nonsense. Nobody has ever cared about getting to the NFC champ. Nobody's ever cared about getting to a championship game. That's just something that he created so that he can make a conversation. Nobody cares. Nobody even knew that you got a ring for winning your division's championship game and making it to the Super Bowl, for winning your conference's championship game. So nobody cares about a championship game. Here's what we do care about. We care about winning Super Bowls. And when you get a quarterback, and this is the most important position on the field, when you get a quarterback that's going to put up double-digit wins year after year after year, when you get a defense that is a thief, and they give up scores to popcorn dispensers. They gave up scores to everybody, and he gives you a chance to win. You don't get rid of that. Here's the thing.
Okay.
With all that being said, the next thing is longevity. I've said this before, and I don't think you would hear Sly. I think the big thing that sets Dak Prescott apart from Kirk Cousins is Dak Prescott has big games that he has not won. I will agree with that. There have been big games that he has not won. Kirk Cousins has big games that he lost. It's not that he didn't win. He was the reason the team lost. Those are two different things.
Hold on. Was Dak Prescott not the reason they lost to Jordan Love when he threw 2 interceptions and a pick 6 in the first half versus the youngest team in the NFL? No, he's not. He's saying that Dak Prescott played.
No, I'm not saying that all of them. No, I'm not saying all of them. I understand
He's
that
agreeing
Dak
with you.
Prescott has not won has not won big games, and there may be some that you can say he lost. But I'm saying that Kirk Cousins, and I ran
agree.
the numbers
Dak is
earlier,
better than Kirk.
and I shared
But
when it comes to crunch time.
but not by much.
Dak is better than what we got right now.
But
Cousins
Big
has
Bird.
committed 43 crunch time turnovers.
But Big
And with
Bird.
his team have an opportunity to win. Yeah.
I say this about Dak though, because I'm not on. I don't like quarterbacks like that. I was out on Dak when y'all played the 49ers, and I seen the man run up the field with no timeout and slid like he did something.
He did hit the ref though.
That was crazy to me.
So look, let me ask you this, Bird. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
With San Francisco.
What do you feel?
There were plays.
What do you feel about Kyler Murray? Because I heard you earlier say that he can't play in structure, but I would have to disagree with that. Maybe early in his career, but if you watch the tape, like the all 22 of his last 2 seasons with the new OC, he's playing under center. He's standing in the pocket. He's not scrambling. The only time he really runs is when it's a design quarterback play, design quarterback run. Now, I would say this. Me personally, I believe Kyler Murray is going to be the comeback player of the year, just like Sam Darnold was. Why? It's because I know that if he had the offensive mind coach like Kevin O'Connell, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, if these dudes can stay healthy, this is going to be the best team Kyler's ever played with. We also have a top 5 defense, something he's never had. He's not going to be asked to put the whole organization on his team, on his back. And then the organization that he played for and had to put on his back was trash. The Cardinals. Like, what is Dak doing over there? What is a lot of, like, 90% of the quarterbacks in the NFL on the Cardinals not doing nothing? Like, so who is they put them on this Vikings team? We just seen a bum-ass Sam Darnold. His whole career was trash. Came to our team and balled out. Kyler can't do the same.
I just want to know what your wide receiver room is. I don't know your whole.
Oh, okay. Let's break it. We have the best wide receiver room in football. Jordan Addison is a top 5 2 wide receiver. We got arguably the best wide receiver.
When he's on the field, and he's not getting suspended.
Who's the best number 2
receiver? He's a top 5 number 2. Jawan Jennings is our third receiver, and he led he had like 11 touchdowns last year, and that's just for a number 3. Also, our running backs are kind of mid, but they not trash.
They're definitely mid.
They not trash. They can run the rock. They can hit the holes. They better than Alexander Madison.
Well, the problem is you have to run the ball to
you got to run the ball in order to know what the hell
football with nearly enough.
But if you look at hold on. If you look at the numbers, because I know y'all like stats, go pull up the efficiency that the Vikings have. We was a top 5 efficient running game. It's just Kevin O'Connell didn't attempt to run the ball. He was asking J.J. McCarthy to be Tom Brady and throw the ball 30, 40 times a game when he didn't even do it in college. So, like I said, that's an indictment on Kevin O'Connell and his stubbornness to not change the offense. Now,
that's not true.
He's been saying
that's not true.
That's true.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
It is.
Look at the Baltimore Ravens game. Week one. Hold on. I got his numbers in front of me. Week 1, he threw 20 passes in a win. Week 2, he threw 21 in a loss.
He got injured.
Week 3 against the Bengals was the first time he threw over 30 passes. He threw 33 passes.
He didn't play week 3 through week 8.
My point is saying that
week 3 that wasn't our first win.
My point is saying that is we wasn't a heavy run team. Like even though we it might look, if you look at the numbers, we didn't run the ball that much, but we averaged over 4.5 yards per carry. Last time I checked, that's above average.
He came back in week 9 against the Commanders.
Also, Kyler Murray is a running. He's good for 500 rushing yards. So that's going to improve the running game in itself. Also, you got to have an eye on Kyler, which means you cannot double team Justin Jefferson, which means Justin Jefferson is going to have one-on-ones, which means that's something he never seen in his whole career. So I'm just banking on Kyler Murray plopping in, doing what Sam Darnold did, if not better.
Cool. You hope.
How many quarterbacks? How many? I hope. Sly. How many quarterbacks do you think could drop in and be super successful? I would agree that maybe 3 quarterbacks, maybe or 4 in the whole NFL could drop in and do Kevin O'Connell's offense the way he wants it run. Maybe Matt Stafford.
I believe a lot more than that. I believe
12 to 16.
I believe about 12 quarterbacks.
Brock Purdy,
12.
Matt Jones,
Trevor Lawrence,
Trevor Lawrence.
I can Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott. Who else? Justin Herbert. If I didn't say him, he could.
You said Mac Jones, right?
He said Mac Jones.
He said
I didn't say Mac Jones.
Brock Purdy, Jared Goff.
Brock Purdy, Jared Goff.
Do that.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. That's 11, and it's one more. Jalen Hurts. Well, probably
Sam
not
Darnold.
Hurts, but Lamar Jackson. There you go. 12 that can run our offense.
I don't know about that, but we'll come back to that another time.
I know about Lamar Jackson.
How can we only say that number is 3 when Sam Darnold, fresh off of
Exactly.
being a fucking nobody, dropped in here
Exactly.
and put up the second best quarterback season in Vikings history?
And Sam Darnold had a better year in Minnesota than he did in Seattle. If you look at the numbers.
Hold on. I have real issues with this 14-win season. I don't know if you guys do. I have real issues with it. We have the most takeaways. Okay, but we're never going to get the most takeaways in the league all the time. I think we led the league in takeaways that year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. The offense was working with a short field most of the time.
So I mean, I know I can't go back, Rev. I can't obviously say, hey, you should have won X amount of games when you won 14. But what I'm saying is,
good point, Jedi.
I don't think that was an accurate depiction of how the Vikings team actually was, if I'm being honest.
Okay, let me ask you this.
No, I'm not talking about wins,
if
though.
we
I'm talking
didn't
about
lead the
Sam
NFL
Darnold
in turnovers, right? We still would go to the playoff that year.
Okay, so here's a question. So we're doing the projection. What's your record after your first 3 games? You guys this year looks like you guys start off
2-1.
Green Bay.
I'll say 2. I'll say either.
Who we play? Hold on.
We play Green Bay, Chicago, and Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
1 and 2. 1 and 2.
I got us losing versus the Bears in Chicago. Got us beating Green Bay week 1 in Minnesota, and I got us beating the Buccaneers. I'm not big on the Buccaneers. They lost Mike Evans. That's a big piece. They defense always.
But a new quarterback. You think Kyler Murray is
quarterback? Look at what Sam Darnold did week 1 versus the Giants.
We started.
I believe Tyler Murray. We won 9 games with JJ McCarthy. It's not going to get worse than that.
We
it's
started
not
what?
going to get worse than that.
We started 6-0, 5-0 with Sam Darnold when he was here.
Yeah, and on top of that, our defense is better this year. We did a lot of additions. Now,
Thank
if
you,
you look
Sarah.
at the matter of fact, I can see us going 3-0. I think the Bears ass. Hold on, listen. The Bears. Back to your point, Jedi. Did they not lead the NFL in turnovers?
We did lead that year in turnovers.
The Bears. The Bears last year. They led the NFL in turnovers. Slim to none that happens again. They also lost the guy that had the most interceptions, Kevin Byard, and Wright. What's his name? No-Shine Wright or something like that. They lost both of them. It was like more than half of their turnovers.
They lost Brisker too.
Are gone. They didn't add no.
Yeah, Brisker's gone too.
They didn't add no pass rushers. They lost DJ Moore, and now they relying on 3 young receivers that haven't proved to be a number 1. None of them. And also, Caleb Williams has played bad every game he played versus the Vikings. Every single one of them. He has not figured out Brian Flores' defense. He's 1-3 versus the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken. And it should have been 0-4 if it wasn't for a last-second kick return give up. So I'm not worried about the Bears. We might walk in Chicago like we did with JJ McCarthy and beat them. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if we start off 3-0 to answer your question, Bert. And I'm not just talking as a Vikings fan. I'm talking off facts. I only speak facts.
Chicago ain't got no defense, bummy.
Here's a really weird stat that the Vikings picked up a lot last year. Brev, you should look it up. The Vikings were one of the most penalized teams last year as well, and it's very uncharacteristic because we usually are not a very penalized
because you had a
team.
young quarterback.
There were a lot of most of that was the special quarterback.
Bro, we started off so slow with Justin Jefferson's injury in training camp. And
also,
Jordan Addison missed four starters in the trenches on our line. 4 of the 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Half of our starting linemen on the defense and offensive side last year were free agents, and they were all coming off season-ending injury, bro.
Yeah,
we were behind the 8 ball. Bro, it took us until week 7 until we started to actually start to do something.
Yeah, listen.
Kelly was the one that hurt the most. Kelly
the Vikings literally had the most combinations of offensive lines throughout the season. Our offensive line was banged up from the jump. JJ McCarthy, paper, it looked good coming into the season, but what he had to deal with was crazy. First off,
because we can't stop signing up washed players.
Yeah, Harrison Smith was what he didn't start until like week 4 because he was battling an illness. Jordan Addison was suspended for the first 4 games. Justin Jefferson getting double teamed because of that.
He's always going to get double teamed. By the way,
Darisaw didn't play week 1. TJ Hawkinson was coming off an ACL, and Ryan Kelly went out with a concussion in Chicago and kept coming.
You had 3 different guys. You had 3 different guys playing center last year.
Yes. Yeah. And left tackle. We had 3 different guys playing left tackle last year because our starting left tackle was coming off ACL.
And our defensive tackles were washed.
The center. Justin Jefferson was getting double teamed because Jordan Addison was suspended for the first 4 games. People make it seem like JJ McCarthy had the greatest situation of all time. He had to deal with a lot of adversity and running a complex offense.
So O'Connell
broke his fucking hand.
Year 5. This is year 5.
Year 5. Okay, so we look back at the history of coaches. This is year 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So at what point in the season does he lose the team? Because like I hear all the reasons why I can go great. So listen, if you start off 2-1, even if you start off 1-2, but you're competitive, I can see they're still there. They're still supporting the team. We can make some things happen. What game?
Okay, I know a little bit about this.
Does he lose the team? Because I'll let you know this: promising teams, when you lose the team, and my team for some freaking reason doesn't like to do it, but when that coach loses the team, you can normally tell by the 5th game of the season.
Here's what I know. O'Connell does not have that locker room. The players lean more towards Brian Flores. That I know for a fact. O'Connell
I'm gonna say this.
Doesn't have it. He does. He's got his pocket.
To answer the question, I'll say this. We were eliminated last year.
Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, we was eliminated.
Yeah.
Before we went on the 5 game run. So if they didn't lose faith in him last year after being eliminated and still rallied and won 5 games in a row to end the season, something catastrophic will have to happen for them to lose faith in the coach. The
Yeah,
reason why I say that.
You had reasons last year.
So I'm gonna say this: if we're out of playoff contention by like
after
week
the Seattle
7,
game, we should have
let's say
quit.
we start off 2-6, 2-7. That's when he'll probably lose the locker room and get fired. And I don't think they're gonna fire him mid-season.
Well, here's another thing. But here's another thing too. He would have lost his job a long time ago if we had owners that were in the building and knew what the hell was going on. The Wills do not. The Wills do not live in Minnesota, and they don't go to the office at all. They get their information from, of all people, Kevin O'Connell and Rob Brzezinski.
So what year do you think he would have been fired then? Because it wouldn't have been off the Sam Darnold year. It would have had to been off the Kirk Cousins Achilles
No,
year.
if he's gonna get fired at all, they weren't gonna fire him even after he had that off year. They were gonna.
It would have been last year, right?
It would have been this offseason.
It would have been this offseason.
Yeah, it would have been this
offseason. God was safe is because they won those 5 games and they still rallied behind him. If they would have lost those 5 games, he would have been out of here.
But because here's the thing. We know 2 things are going to happen, right? You got Kyler Murray there. If you get off to a bad start and you find yourself 2-5 or 1-6, like you say, one, you want to get yourself a new head coach. 2, McCarthy is going to start, and Kyler Murray is going to be used as trade bait for somebody who's got an injured quarterback, and they think they can still make the postseason. So both of those things are going to happen in that order. If he does not get the
I'll tell you
result.
this. I'll tell you this. Our team is too good to start off 2-5. But we start off 2-5. Something crazy happened. We wasn't even 2-5 with McCarthy last year, and here's the biggest. We were 9-8.
Wild card. Here's the biggest wild card now. The Vikings got a real GM in the building. He's not just entitled. He's a real GM. And what do they like to do? They like to bring in their own people. So that's a possibility. But, I mean, Teasley's calling the shots. Before that, it was everything done by committee, but it was mostly Quasi and
all right, so,
it
was. You also forget about those games we got to travel to.
Sly, how many games are you giving Kyler before you put McCarthy in?
I got it.
If we're all under the agreement that we believe Kyler's probably going to start, if we believe Kyler's going to start, if we ride 500, let's say we're 5-5, you just stick with Murray.
If we 5-5, it depends how Murray look. Is he balling out and the defense getting shitted on, or is Kyler Murray just playing average? If he's playing average, or like we losing games because of him, put in McCarthy.
Yeah, because once you switch,
but they go
can't
hand in hand. They go hand in hand. If he's playing like crap, you're gonna lose your coach. You're gonna lose your coach before you lose your quarterback.
Well, I'll say this: McCarthy was playing like crap, and he didn't get benched. Only reason why he got benched was because of injury.
What's going on?
So, Big Bird, let me ask. Oh, he stepped away. Let me ask you this, right?
No, I'm here. I'm just helping my daughter with something.
Dak Prescott, you said he was able to carry teams because and still get them to the playoffs even when he had bad defenses. They defense were probably the worst defense of all time last year. One of the worst defenses I can remember Dallas having. Why did JJ McCarthy walk in Dallas when their season was on the line and beat the shit out of Dak Prescott?
That's a good one.
No, I said he was able to give teams an opportunity to win when we had a horrible defense. I was like, he was able to put them in positions to have a chance to win. JJ McCarthy walked in there and won that game because he was playing against South Carolina State on the defensive side of the ball. Like he was.
Even if that's the case, if we're going back to college, y'all said he was only able to throw the ball 11 times. He went up there and was balling. Like he was throwing the ball everywhere on the field. Even if they college player, they in the NFL. So like he's really capable of doing it. That's my point.
Cowboys cared
like,
at that point.
I'm not saying JJ is just going to be the greatest quarterback of all time, but to sit up here and compare him to Johnny Manziel or something is outrageous. He only played 10 games and he won six. He's 6-4. Most quarterbacks are given way more opportunities. The only reason why I'm not going to bed for JJ McCarthy is because of his injury history. If he was healthy and only started 10 games and they benched him or something, yeah, then I would be like they tripped. But he got injured
Bummy.
and they can't bank on somebody that's injured.
Bummy, the last 5 games, JJ McCarthy's stats are 53 out of 84, 703 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 2 rushing touchdowns. That's 7 touchdowns to 2 turnovers. That's good, bro.
That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that's good. And he only started 10 games. Half of them trash, half of them decent. That's typical for the young quarterback. It's not like JJ McCarthy played 17 starts, went 2-15. Like then it's like, okay, get rid of him. So that's why my position is let him learn, he know what his deficiencies are. He's played enough now to be like, okay, if I'm on the bench, I know what I got to do. So I'm really excited this is my best case scenario. All right. Me personally, we start off like 5-0, Kyler balling, but he gets injured. JJ comes in, continues the momentum. We go 14-3 or something like that. We don't have to re-sign Kyler because JJ McCarthy showed he can be just as good. That's best case scenario in my mind.
Hey, did JJ McCarthy play the last game of the season?
He did, but he got injured in mid game.
He basically came in to get Jefferson and his stats.
Yeah. Remember, he got. They were shitting on him because he took a shoulder to that defensive back.
I'm saying that's the best case scenario. That's best case scenario for me. I'm not saying that I expect
14-3.
Yeah, that's the same thing we did with Sam Darnold. That's the best case scenario in my opinion. I'm not saying I expect that. You know what I'm saying? What I expect our record to be is around 10-7, 11-5. 11-6. But best case scenario, in my opinion, we see Kyler Murray. He starts. He looks good in our offense. Let's say he go down or something, and then JJ comes in and looks just as good, if not better. That's my best case scenario because we wouldn't have to re-sign Kyler, and we got the young.
Is there a world where Wentz comes in before McCarthy if he goes down?
Oh, no. Not in my world.
Wentz comes in to do what? Listen.
Now, if you want a realistic expectation, my realistic expectation is Kyler Murray takes us to the playoffs, win at least one playoff game.
I could feel that.
At least? It's got to be more than one.
At least one.
Okay, hold on. Let's do the math on this. Let's do the math on that. You're saying Kyler Murray takes you guys to the postseason. All right, let's get away from the 14-3 projection. Let's go with realistic. So you're saying if Kyler Murray takes you guys to the postseason, who are your top 8 teams in the NFC?
Okay, so to answer that, the Vikings went 9-8 with JJ McCarthy, right? One of the worst quarterbacks, if not the worst quarterback. One more win, we in the playoffs. I believe Kyler Murray can get us at least that one more win.
My audio keeps going out. I got to log out and log back in.
The top 8 teams in the NFC coming out, I would probably say, I mean, NFL is hard to predict because there's so much turmoil and switching. But
let's go with your division first. NFC
North.
Who's coming out?
I got 2 teams.
All right. Some people are saying the NFC
Detroit.
North.
I got Detroit coming out.
Got you.
Appreciate that.
In Minnesota.
All right, so you got Detroit, Minnesota, not Green Bay. Not even as
a
wild card.
They missed.
Green Bay's going to finish last.
Micah Parsons missing 6 games.
Yeah,
Tucker
they're out.
coming off an injury, and they lost 2 of their best weapons. I don't have faith in Green Bay.
Yeah, they're 4th place.
I believe Chicago have one of the toughest schedules. They didn't get better on defense at all. So people are banking on Caleb making the jump. I can see that, but it's 50-50 in my opinion. I don't see a quarterback that regressed in completion percentage automatically jumping up in the top half. So that's 2. The 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Rams. All 3 of them are making the playoffs in my.
You don't got the Eagles? You don't got the Eagles?
But I haven't got
he's going by division
yet. I haven't got to that division yet. So what's that, 5 teams?
Yep, we're looking at 5.
Yeah,
all right, so the NFC
Washington.
East, the NFC East. The only team I feel 100% comfortable in is the Eagles. So I'm gonna just go Eagles for the East. The Cowboys, if their defense can improve, maybe they make it to the playoffs. But this, I don't know. Like it's a lot of. I might pick the Commanders over the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But what's the other division? The last division?
The South. The Panthers.
The Buccaneers could possibly sneak in like they did last year. But I would say Dallas and the Buccaneers. So instead of the Commanders, it would be Chicago, Minnesota, Detroit, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and what was the last one I said?
You have to take the South members of the
Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers.
You said Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
You got to
So
switch the
that's the
Buccaneers
eight.
out with
That's the
somebody
eight.
because there's only
Now,
7 playoff teams.
People will argue that the Vikings
Yes.
didn't do enough in the offseason, that the Bears should take that spot or the Packers. I just think we have more talent and better coaching. That's just me personally. Everybody's writing Kyler Murray off, but everybody wrote Sam Darnold off.
You have you guys winning the division?
Yes, I have us winning the division. I have us. It can go either way. 11 wins, we already seen that that's enough to win a division with the Bears last year. We could have won a division last year if we didn't give up the kick return in Chicago with 20 seconds left. The Vikings,
We win
are
the
in
division.
playoff
Or that
We
Ravens
win the
game.
division.
with
Look at
JJ
the
McCarthy.
Ravens.
And this
We
whole
win the
entire
division.
thing is completely different. So it's a game of inches. I believe Kyler Murray is going to make a big difference. He's going to improve our quarterback room dramatically, and that's going to push us to win a division.
I got a sleeper team.
So
I got a
let me
sleeper
ask you,
team in the
Big Bird,
East.
what's the 8 teams that you got coming out the NFL?
There's only
Hey,
7.
Sly, I wouldn't sleep on the
Seven.
Cowboys.
It's 7 teams, by the way. Brett's right.
I had the Cowboys.
Yeah, and a bubble team. All right, so I'm a start in the East. I'm going Dallas, Philly. I still think both of those teams are going to make it. I'm hard pressed to pick you guys to make it. I really am.
Just think about
I'm
Kyler.
also-
Just
I'm also-
you don't
I'm
got to
also-
overthink it.
Right. I'm also hard pressed to pick Chicago because of their deficiencies, and I think Detroit has done as best they're going to do. So
It's
all right.
open. It's
I'll
open.
go. I believe it's wide open in the North. You guys can win it, so I'll give you that. I'll give you that just to be a homer on this one. I'll give you Minnesota. I don't have anybody else out of the North going. I'll give you, like, it doesn't even
Working on
matter
it,
in
Bob.
the South. It doesn't even matter in the South. Maybe the Panthers do something that nobody expects, but
Y'all
yeah,
sleeping on the
Tampa,
Saints.
Tampa
I
Bay.
swear to God, bro. Saints are winning 10 games this year, bro. I already took that over. I parlayed the over for the Cowboys, the Saints. I also parlayed the over for the Lions because they're only
Hey,
at 10.5. I think that's crazy.
Bird.
Yeah.
Hey, Bird, do you think I think those Giants are going to give you? They're going to be a lot better, man. They're not going to get in the playoffs, but they're going to give you guys some trouble, I think.
I believe the Giants. I believe the Giants are going to. I believe the Giants are going to be
Is
better.
Neighbors going to be healthy? That's going to be the only reason.
No,
That's
I
a good
believe it's-
question with Neighbors.
I believe it's a
No.
good feeling better. Like, I don't believe it's to win a championship better. I
They
think they're
could sway it though. You know what I mean? They could sway the winner of that division for sure.
Well, listen, I think they can steal a game from the Eagles. I think
feel
they
like-
can steal a game from Cowboys.
Right, but I feel like that's going to be the same thing that you see in every conference. Is your bottom
Correct.
two teams are
Correct.
going to beat up on each other, and then whoever sweeps one of those bottom two teams or both of them wins your division. And so, if you're going to say Dallas Cowboys or Philly are the top of the conference, then you're going to say you're going to split with one and sweep the other. But if you split with both, like if you go down there and split with both or get swept by both, then you're definitely coming in second place in the division. So that's what I see there. So and then I don't know. I feel like San Francisco got old overnight. They lost Jennings.
They did, yeah, they did.
You lost Ayuk. MCM, like he's gotten
Kittle's
slower
old.
every
Kittle's
year. Is like they got old overnight.
TMC. You said MCM.
Yeah, TMC. Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel like they got old real quick. I feel like
that shit
Seattle
over with, right?
got a lot of talent. I don't see San Francisco making the postseason.
Me neither.
Okay, so what teams do you have now? You got the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Seahawks.
I have Los Angeles, I have Seattle, and I'm going to go with Tampa just because of Baker. I'm looking at the other teams in the
So that's
South and the
6.
quarterbacks. Yeah,
That's
and
6.
that's what we got. I have to pick one more.
You gotta pick
One more, yeah.
two more, right?
No,
No,
one.
7.
No.
Yeah, 2 more to get to 8 teams, top 8.
The top 8, man.
You got to take a North team.
The reason I picked the Lions,
You have to
because
take a North
hold
team.
on, Big Bird. Go look at the Lions schedule and look how easy.
We have the easiest schedule in the NFL.
Now I said this last
Lions
year.
ain't
I
got
said
no
this
kind of
last
fucking
year.
defense, man.
I said this last year about the Lions.
It's a sad
Look
part,
at the Lions. No, I actually said that the Lions' eye test on defense was better than their numbers were. The biggest thing with the Lions is that the Lions had a tendency to give up passing touchdowns. Like
it's because they secondary.
We haven't had a healthy corner room
on the ground.
in
On the ground,
its entirety.
They were one of the top teams against the running game. Even when you factor in the number of runs that they face, the challenge is they gave up not just they gave up passing, but they gave up a lot of passing touchdowns. So
we gave up the most explosive plays in the league last year.
Right,
and that's in the division with the best talent.
With some really talented young quarterbacks.
Right, we've had practice squad guys like Avonte Maddox was my best corner last year for like 8 weeks, bro.
Also,
It's
Kirby
crazy to
Joseph
say.
blew his knee out, and Brian Branch.
Yeah, he might never play again. Brian Branch ain't gonna be back for 6 weeks.
Terrion Arnold.
Damn, Nug, y'all lost your
I
whole
hope he never
secondary.
plays again, bro. I was already done with him when he was not a felon.
Crazy.
But you have to take a look at that team, and this.
But we
is
still
what I
scored
said
30 points a game. So
right, this is what I said the last time I was on. Eye test wise, you look at all the talent they lost off of that team. They still weren't as bad as the Cowboys defense.
Yo, the Vikes are gonna dog walk this whole division in the North, man.
And that's why I don't have the
team
Bears
in the
going,
North
because they don't have a pass
defense like us. Mark my
our
fucking
offensive
words.
line is
The Packers
solidified
are
now.
shot.
Like we have our
The
center
Lions
now.
are
We had no
shot.
center
The fucking
last year
Bears
at
are
all.
shot. All three of those teams' defense
Who's the Lions fan?
sucks
Is that Nug?
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
So Penei Sewell is switching to left tackle this year, right?
Yes, that's his natural born position, what he was the best at in college. We moved him to right tackle when he got drafted here. Now he gets to go back. We hope Blake Miller is a seamless fit. We hope. If he is a seamless fit, then, the run game should succeed. If he's not, I think we're going to struggle in the run game, which means Goff struggles. Huh?
Hey, Zoe.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs might go for 2K, and that's why I got the Lions.
I personally like to think so, but I'm a Lions fan and a Detroit fan, and none of my big four teams are doing anything right now, and they're all imploding on itself. So I'm not trying to give myself any over-the-moon expectations, except just win one game at a time, brother. I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm telling you, Sly, I know.
Since losing Ragnow and
Vegas,
Zettler, the Lions have not answered that question
you putting
yet.
down them $5.
Yes, we have. We just got Cade Mays from the Carolina Panthers.
Like, yo, $5 on 2,000 yards.
Yo, Zoe. 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 You happy they extended Zoe? You happy they extended Brian O'Neil, Zoe?
I don't know.
No, I'm not happy.
I don't really care. I don't know.
They extended Brian O'Neil.
I'm happy because it's not easy to find tackles.
I
That's
would
like
agree.
one of the most important positions. And if you got somebody that's consistent like Brian O'Neil, you got to keep him there. He's the leader. Hold on, let me go back to my 2,000 yards for Jahmyr Gibbs take. He rushed for 250 yards on the Giants last year. He plays so many bad teams, and this is the first year that they said they're going to let him be the workworkhorse.
Can he be a workhorse
his entire career? I believe
yes,
so.
he can be a workhorse, bro.
I believe
But
so.
here's the thing. But here's the thing. I just hope they call competent plays. But it's not even about that. Like our offensive line was like historically bad, and because they were all injured. One guy broke his foot in the middle of the game. We had a guy retire. Zeitler signed. We couldn't retain him, so we lost the nucleus of our thing. You add in a rookie, like multiple rookies. Tate Rallich was not ready. He wasn't even playing his natural position. So now he's moved back to his spot where he should be. I think we'll be fine, barring any injuries. I can't say that as Lions fans because we've literally been playing practice squad guys every week for the last 5 years because that's who Brad Holmes drafts as well. So I'm in a weird spot with the Lions right now because they really didn't do anything in the offseason that showed that they wanted to even be different at all. Like I feel like they're okay with just contending for a playoff spot, and in the NFL that's not going to work because NFL teams will just pass you up by then. Like every other team's already looking for another way to go.
Also, y'all
and
got
if Dan Campbell ever calls another play, bro, I'm out.
Y'all got swept by 9 too. That's bad.
It was horrendous, bro. And then I gotta, I know Zoe in real life, and I gotta deal with that shit and the shit talking from these guys. I'm good on that. So I don't tend to talk shit. I actually give your team a lot of compliments. I'm actually really high on the Vikings this year. I took your guys over as well. but I bet everything, so it is what it is. But I don't know. I think the Packers 4th place right off rip. Their defense got worse. People left on their offense. Jordan Love never really excited me at all. I mean, he's a fine player. Don't get me wrong, but and then
You
the
think they
Bears.
can change? Yeah.
The Bears. I think Ben Johnson will start to get figured out, and the miracles that Caleb Williams pulled off last year won't be miracles this year.
I agree with the
That's
miracle
not his
plays.
problem with
No, I
us.
agree with the miracle plays. I say that all the time. You're not going to be able to live and sustain that in the NFL. You got to do the mundane quarterback task. On top of that, Caleb Williams in itself is like the most talented quarterback in the league, talent-wise. But it's
mentally
something
wise,
with him
still alive.
that he just, I don't know if it's
no, dude. Oh my God.
He's
Talk about a
faster.
fall from grace.
He's faster
Fuck,
and more
buddy.
agile. So I'm just saying, like, talent-wise, like pure talent.
At this
I'm not
current
talking
moment,
about put it all
talent. At this
together.
current moment, I would agree.
Potential.
Mahomes is not going to be. Mahomes is not going to be flying
don't
around
see him putting it all
anymore.
together. And I got a question for you, Big Bird.
Yes, sir.
What has Dallas done to you to make you believe that they added enough players on defense to get them over to the playoffs this year?
I'll be completely honest with you. If I'm looking at this as an analyst versus looking at it as a football fan, nothing. I don't believe anything on paper. I'm not a paper guy at all. I prefer, and this may sound crazy, I prefer eye tests, and the reason I do is because this isn't baseball, right? This isn't the analytics of baseball, and you send somebody up enough times and they're going to get 3 hits out of every 10.
Man on man.
This is football, and there's a lot that goes into it. Like TB has been preaching this whole time. It starts with coaching. Dude, you get yourself a good coach on the sideline, and you change the world for people. That's why coaches like your Hall of Famers, your Sean Paytons, what's his name out in freaking Kansas City?
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. Come on, man.
Hey, Sly, say what you want.
Say
what you want about that defense. I think Caleb changes the whole defense, brother.
Listen, I get it, and I'm looking at it on paper.
As an outsider,
I'm looking at it on paper. I think the biggest thing about this defense that has changed is that you actually have people who want to be there to beat the other team. I'm not even going to try to act funny about it.
That matters a lot, but there is such thing as talent.
Trayvon Diggs hated our quarterback more than freaking Redskins fans. Dude, how are you supporting your players in this way? And so when you start talking about game planning, what actually happens on the field, I need to see it. I need to start to see it. There were so many games when we're standing there with Mike McCarthy and I'm watching the game and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what are we trying to do? What's the game plan? We go into the postseason and literally Green Bay has our entire playbook. They're like, yeah, you're going to run the triple slants right here. We know what's going to happen. Turnover. And so what you're looking at is I haven't seen anything personnel-wise. Yeah, we got better names. We got some people who can do things in different ways that can be beneficial. I get it. But as far as like what I think is going to turn around, we still have an offense that we know can be productive. So we've seen that productivity from the offense, but we've also seen Dak Prescott go out here and just throw interceptions because, well, somebody's standing there. So it's got to be the eye test, which is why I keep talking about the first 3 games.
They got a 2-headed monster over there.
Another thing about the Bears, why I'm so down on them this year. Do y'all remember Kirk Cousins' first year in Minnesota? I mean, Kevin O'Connell first year in Minnesota. We won how many games? We won 13, right?
How do y'all go?
Yeah, we won 13. Hold on. This is my point. Everybody was saying this is not sustainable because we was winning 1-score games, right? And they were right. The next year we didn't win those 1-score games. The Bears led the NFL not only in turnovers but 1-score games. But nobody's talking about how that's not sustainable for them. Why is that? Why is that the case? I'm confused. They don't
because
have
because it's a bigger market team. It's the Bears. We all know how it is. I mean, it's a Chicago team.
I also say the behind the scenes thing is Bummy. The Bears are leaving the state of Illinois, man.
Indiana animals.
I still don't think that's going to happen. I'll be honest with you.
It's going
I'll
to
be
happen.
honest with
Like,
you.
I'm from Chicago. The
Well,
mayor already declined building a stadium in Chicago. So
Right, he's not going to get
see-
voted back in because of it.
But here's the thing: this is what
So
I,
he's
this is what I
not
mean
going to get
about-
voted back in because of it. So he's going to quickly change his mind. Like Pritzker's
so
going to
here's
be
the-
out of there just because of this decision. You
Here's
can't
the thing.
lose the Chicago Bears, guys. Let's just be real.
the Indiana Bears. Here's what
You
I'm
just
trying
can't.
to say. Here's
You
what,
just
here's what I'm
can't.
trying
It's not
to
gonna
say
happen.
in terms of the eye test.
I refuse to live in that world.
It's unlike like again, not like any other sports. When you go out there and you start watching football teams, and we're talking about the difference between making the postseason is one game. We're talking about the difference between going 9-8 and 10-7 is you getting into the postseason, and now we're looking.
And then
at
on
any
top of
given
that, most
Sunday.
of the games are decided by 3 points or less. So like we're
This is
seeing
what I'm-
close games every Sunday.
Right.
Like
and so
that's
so
what the NFL wants.
That's what the NFL brings. But here's the thing: when you start looking at stuff like that, and you start looking at how team plays, this is why coaching, TB, I can't be more on your side on this. This is why coaching is so important, because going into a game with the appropriate game plan is insane. I think the only thing close to that is the changes they make in college basketball at halftime. I think that's the only other time that I've seen where like the game
So
plan
it's
is
good
so
that you
clear.
picked the Vikings to win a division because we have the best DC in the division, the best game planning defensive coordinator probably in the NFL. The only reason why he's not a head coach
I would
is
say
because
definitely in the
he's
division,
league,
it's not even close.
right?
But you got two quarterbacks, man. I'm gonna go with you.
But we
You
got Kyler though.
I don't like him saying all these good things about the Vikings.
I mean, like, what
Yeah,
am I
that's
saying
a little-
that's false? What am I
himself.
saying that's false though?
Nothing, but I'm saying, but by game three,
They gonna come back to
Kyler,
this
Kyler,
video.
Kyler has to
we
be
the division champs.
But by game three, Kyler has to be clearly the quarterback. If you
He's gonna be the quarterback by the
if
end
you
of the
get the
preseason.
games, so like Sarah was saying, she believes that both or the Zhang, she was saying that she believes both quarterbacks are going to play this year. If both of your quarterbacks play this year, that's a bad thing.
It's a
If
losing
you're going to
season.
make it to the
That means somebody
postseason-
got hurt.
If you're going to make it to the postseason, and Kyler Murray is who you're starting with, then Kyler Murray is going to get you to the postseason. And so
Yeah, I agree.
if you get to a point where you're like, okay, well, let's try the young guy. Whenever you go from let's do to let's try
Yeah,
in NFL
I don't
football,
see that. I don't
things
see
are
the
going
Vikings
downhill.
doing that, bro. Like
We
I
said-
see Kyler Murray
No.
stepping foot week one and have the train rolling. The only reason why people, in my opinion, is saying that it's going to be two quarterbacks starting is because these quarterbacks are prone to injury. So if Kyler Murray gets injured, then we'll see
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy. It's not going to be Kyler getting benched because he's so bad. I don't see that happening at all. I feel like Kyler Murray is going to come in and dominate. He's an accurate quarterback. He can make plays with his legs, some the Vikings haven't had ever. Justin Jefferson is not going to be able to get double teamed because they have to have a
Fran Tarkenton was
Fran Tarkenton was one of the first.
I wasn't alive
quarterbacks
then, so
in
I'm not
NFL
going
history.
back. I'm not
Listen,
going
that's
back.
a
I was alive for Fran Tarkenton. What about
That's your
him?
bloodline.
I wasn't alive back then, you know.
I was alive for Fran
Cole
Tarkenton.
Pepper could move too. Don't do that.
Cole
To be
Pepper could
honest,
move.
like, to be fair,
They weren't Kyler,
doing that
even
shit,
Tarkenton.
right?
Like Kyler's a different breed as far as agility and mobility.
Can
Even
we-
last year, like
Oh
okay,
no, his
the
athletic
Cardinals
profile is up
was-
there
the
for
Cardinals
sure.
was 2-3 with Kyler.
Just listen. I
Right?
just want to say this. I want
They
to say
went 1-11 without him.
just as a football fan. Do you remember Culpepper Moss? Do you appreciate
Yes, I went
that
back. I
that
seen all of that.
time
Yes,
in football? Not just as a Vikings fan, but just that time in football and watching what those two did together. I'm just saying, man.
yeah.
I'm
and
just saying,
it's-
like as a
it's-
football fan, it
I
was
only
freaking
seen that like with my own two eyes a couple times. The first name that popped into my brain, Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford. The second, Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. The third, Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown. And Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams when he had 18 touchdowns in the season.
Joe Burrow and
Those-
Jamar Chase.
You know,
Mhm.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase is like that, but it's not on a level with Megatron and Randy Moss
Deanna Rossini
and Antonio
and
Brown,
Mike
in my
Vrabel.
opinion.
Brad, did you say
Rossini's
Rossini?
a good one. Yeah, that's a
Rossini
good
throwing
power.
it to Mike Vrabel. She was throwing that shit.
Oh,
to
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Can't argue that. No one can argue that.
I'm the oldest one on this panel, so
I cannot deal with that.
Look, I'm just mad that the Vikings won the last game of the year because we could have had the Lions schedule and we would have won 13 games with that schedule.
I'm mad that we kept winning games after Seattle. We would have actually had a top 5 first round draft pick, and we would have had Caleb Downs instead of freaking Cowboys. I'm still mad at.
And don't sleep.
But I'll be honest with you, like I look at the Lions, like
if the Vikings draft picks hit Caleb Banks and Dominic Orange, we gonna have the top defensive line in the football, and we already had a top 5 defense stat wise last year. So I don't know.
So what's
man.
more important?
So what's
more important? Is it more important for your defense to put up stats, or for your defense to put up wins?
No, it's important for me for this team to get to a fucking Super Bowl. Bottom line.
We've had all this
scoring, right?
Fuck them stats. Fuck them champions.
Our offense was so bad. JJ McCarthy had more interceptions than touchdowns. Kyler's not doing that. He's never done that. So I don't know why people think Kyler Murray just going to be trash. Like, he's never been trash. Like, he's been average.
No, he's never been trash.
Like, he's never been just buns.
Look, this is my thing. So everyone says defense wins championships. Excuse me. What was the last defense that you can recall that won a championship? Not that was a really good defense.
Seattle.
Last year.
Balanced.
Seattle.
Last year.
So you're saying Seattle won?
They dominated defensively every game.
For this era of football last year, probably Seattle.
They gave up like 13 points a game.
Denver
was
too,
so they wouldn't have.
Denver.
Both teams that was in the Super Bowl
Denver had a good defense when they won.
Denver's
great
defense
in football.
But that's the difference. That's the difference of what I'm trying
People don't
to
give
say.
the Chiefs enough credit for their defenses.
I'm not
here's another thing.
Each team was dominant during the season with a good defense. I'm asking, when is the last time a defense actually went out and won a Super Bowl?
It's the Broncos in 2015. It's the Broncos
Carolina.
2015. It's the Broncos. Yeah, that's it. Like if we
The
talk about
Broncos. But
domination,
Bird, let me say something real quick.
Seahawks.
As far as today's
6 points
goes, as far as today's NFL goes, you're not going to have those dominant defenses like you did back in the day. You're going to have defenses that are
the rules
good.
don't allow it.
Because the rules don't allow it, and the Vegas numbers will never allow it. The money. So you're never going to have those numbers.
the Texans defense was top tier.
Hold on. That Super Bowl with Peyton and Denver and Carolina, the NFL had already transitioned to don't touch him. The NFL had already transitioned to he's always open.
Mm-hmm.
That defense that Denver brought to that Super Bowl, the way they played, I think the next closest would be
what the Ravens
in Cincinnati. Like I'm talking about when it gets to the your defense winning the Super Bowl is the other team.
Let me just interject real quick. Kyler
chance.
Murphy was 2-2 last year.
Oh, 2-2, and they went 1-11 without him.
Yeah, and he didn't pass for over 250
The
yards.
Cardinals are a dumpster fire, so there's
the next game that
the Cardinals have been
took over. He passed for 360. That's why he got benched. I'm just saying.
The Cardinals have been a dumpster fire since
he got benched.
the Cardinals
Murray got benched because Arizona Cardinals was gambling.
We can't have a stat off between Murray and McCarthy. That's just
that
not
don't even
fair.
sound right.
Pull up McCarthy stats.
Pull
up Sam Darnold stats before coming to Minnesota. How about that?
That don't even sound
compared to Kyler.
How about that?
JJ McCarthy ain't never had a
Sam
season like Kyler Murray had.
First 6 seasons.
What NFC division y'all got the most teams coming out of?
Yeah, but, I mean, Kyler Murray still had Marvin Harrison. He still had very reputable players on offense his entire tenure there.
I got the Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers coming out of the West.
When was Darnold playing at San Francisco? I will look that up real quick. He played at the later parts of the season, didn't he?
He was in Carolina. He played extremely well enough to get a contract with you guys.
He played good at Carolina.
Yeah, he was in
played with the
Carolina.
Niners. What was that?
23 Carolina.
He played with the 49ers in 2023. He played
got
like 1 or 2
benched by
games.
Baker Mayfield, I think.
Yeah, we're not even going to really count the 49ers as his teams that he's played with like that.
Yeah, he was a backup.
But he does give credit to Darnold gives a lot of credit to Shanahan for helping him change his quarterbacking. He gives a lot of credit to Shanahan.
That's cool. Guess what? Kyler
Within
give
2
a lot
years,
of
the
credit
guy's
to
a
Kevin
Super Bowl
O'Connell.
champion. And no longer a guy seeing ghosts.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Just real quick. I just want to throw it out there. I fucking love my head coach, Kevin O'Connell. He's so tall and handsome.
Oh my god!
Oh, shut up, bro.
That's all you had to say.
That's all I had to say. I wanted to get my quick words in there. Kevin O'Connell's my
Whatever,
fucking head coach.
bro.
I'm gonna say this too about Kevin O'Connell, man. I feel like Kevin O'Connell has got a lot of flack for not winning a playoff game, which is understandable. But what he had to deal with last year is not his fault, man. Like, even when Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson both missed 10+ games, that's not his fault either. And the other seasons where he had healthy players, he's won. So I'm going to give him some slack. I really want to see him this year with Kyler. I believe he can win it. I believe he can win the division, man. Like, the Packers are beatable. The Lions are beatable. The Bears are beatable. Why not us?
I think we really need to pump the brakes on Kyler Murray, man. Okay, so his
Sly,
first game
Sly, Sly, you're a younger fan, so here's my problem with the whole KLC thing here in Minnesota. But they're giving KLC up here in Minnesota. When Denny Green was head coach, they wanted his ass run out of town after he lost his 3rd playoff game. But fucking KLC gets a pass, and he's only been to the playoffs 2 out of 4 years. Denny went every year, and they wanted him out of here. Them same people that are kissing KLC's ass wanted Denny Green out of here. Okay, so you know what? The standard is fucked up. I know it's different times, but guess what? They need to show that same kind of fire for KLC not winning a playoff game that they had for friggin' Denny Green not winning a playoff game.
I understand that sentiment, right? But my pushback to that would be, like Chris Carter, he's vocal on Vikings media, and he talks about all the time how J.J. McCarthy in particular was not Kevin O'Connell's pick. That was Kwesi's pick.
No,
and
we ain't seen that.
Here's the thing with Chris Carter.
That is what he said.
Chris Carter is just straight up dick riding.
Without the other coaches.
Kwesi's not a team anymore.
Who fired Kwesi? Who fired Kwesi? Was
Kwesi's not a team anymore, man.
All right, so if Kevin O'Connell comes out and win a Super Bowl, win a playoff game this year, let's say he wins one playoff game, you still want him fired?
I never liked him in the first place. I didn't like him hired. I didn't like to hire him.
Yep. Do you want him fired if you win a playoff game?
I don't care. I just want him out of here because he's not a good coach.
That's crazy. So, okay, if you win a Super Bowl, you want him out of here?
If he wins a Super Bowl, then I can friggin' stop cheering for this team because it'll be 60 fucking years and I'm done. I want a Super Bowl. All I want is a fucking Super Bowl.
Hey, Dale, what you about to say about Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray, man.
No, Dale about to say something about Kyler
Dale
Murray.
Said,
what you about to say?
I'm hyping up Kyler Murray too much, but
no, I'm not saying I'm just saying as a fan base,
I'm just
we need to
putting
just
out
pump
the
the
logic.
brakes
Like
a
this
little
is
bit.
what my logic is.
But you want to pump up J.J. McCarthy?
Sam Darnold was trash before he came to the Vikings. Came to the Vikings and balled. Why can't Kyler do it if he was better than Sam before Sam got here? Again. That's all I'm saying. Sam Darnold didn't sniff a Pro Bowl. Sam Darnold didn't sniff the playoffs before coming to Minnesota. Kyler has. With the bum ass
Pro Bowl was a popularity contest, and Sam Darnold was on the Jets. So I'm not going to say
Kyler actually deserved the Pro Bowl when he made it. Go look up Kyler Murray 2000.
We're not. We care about all pros, not Pro Bowls. Shador Sanders made the Pro Bowl last year, and everybody knows that's a joke.
Yeah, that is a joke. But he was asked. Kyler wasn't asked the years he made the Pro Bowl.
But Sly, what has Kyler done lately?
Didn't he run Rookie of the Year?
Correct. He hasn't done anything.
He has not done much
That's
lately. But what does Sam Darnold do lately before he came to the Vikings? Shit, worse than.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now.
Right now, we can't. We don't know what he's done. He hasn't. This is his first time
when
being
it was
on the
right
Vikings.
now.
He was on the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Right now when Darnold
How many?
got
All right,
here,
so let me ask y'all this: what quarterback that would have been on the Cardinals the last 2 years would have got them to the playoffs? Besides, besides the Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar, Josh Allen.
I would say the top 10 QBs possibly because I feel like they would get a lot more.
Okay, week one.
That's my only.
Passed 29 times for 163
You should
yards.
just.
It's tough.
You should
It's tough
somebody
because
ask
that
that
division. They all won
right?
12 games. You would have to
Just
win
won to the
12 games
second
to win
game.
that division. So it's kind of a wash.
Exactly. So I'm saying, who would have went to the
Won to
playoffs
the second
in
game.
Kyler Murray's situation? What quarterback? I'm listening.
Who would have beat the Rams that year?
I think there's nobody really because of the other people in the
against the
division.
Panthers.
But if you go over the last 10 years, that division didn't win all three
He
teams
threw
winning
for
12 games.
220 yards.
It's been two
on
teams winning
25
10 games,
Each
and
one
the
of those
Seahawks
teams
struggled.
won a Super Bowl in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
Dale, Dale,
Yeah.
you cannot compare
Dale
J.J.
cook.
McCarthy to Kyler Murray,
I'm
man.
just
Stop
coming
doing that.
on to agree with Brev that
I'm
I
just
think
waiting for the pushback. I haven't heard no names.
Slide. Here's the thing, though.
I'm just on here to
Because those
agree
are
with
hypotheticals that aren't
Brev
real.
that I think our coach is really hot. And I saw a really hot picture of JJ McCarthy today. I'm like, damn, my quarter's hot. My
Let's
quarterback's
go. Let's fucking go. That's what it's all about right there.
Against
That's
the
all.
Niners in week
Yeah.
3,
Dak
passed for
Prescott was on the
159
Cardinals.
yards.
Would he have got them to the
That's week
playoffs?
3.
No, that's of course not. But this is what I'm saying,
159
Sly.
yards.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's
Good
what I'm
job,
saying
Kyler.
about. Here's
I'll
what I'm
fucking
saying
jump on
about
his dick.
Kyler. I'm not a stats guy. I've never, and I keep saying that. Here's the thing: if we do the eye test, top 2 problems with Kyler Murray, just
He's
off
short.
the top of your head, top 2 issues with Kyler Murray as a quarterback is what?
Inconsistent.
His size. The second thing,
Inconsistent.
what does he do that no quarterback should do?
Seahawks. Let's see what he did.
He holds the ball too long. It
But-
doesn't get
but-
the ball out.
I don't
your hand.
agree with
Here's
that.
the thing. Here's my thing. You have a lot of quarterbacks who have a lot less physical.
Passed for
ability.
200 yards week
This is another
4.
problem. This is a
and
problem.
then was benched.
That the boy up.
His
boy
high
up
game
in
last
Chicago-
year was 225 yards passing, bro.
Right.
He had
The
2
boy up
games
in-
where he didn't even crack 170 yards
Bro,
passing.
listen, bro.
JJ
Listen, hold on.
McCarthy had a game where he threw
Going
50
fucking
yards.
crazy about
What we
it.
talking
Hold on, but hold on, wait. Hold on, Cam, hold on, Bird. Listen,
That would
Dale.
be Max Brosmer, my
Dale,
friend.
Dale, listen, my boy. If you look at Kyler Murray's
Max
career,
Brosmer is who
you
you're talking
cannot
about.
put Kyler Murray to
No.
no JJ McCarthy, bro. JJ McCarthy was ass last year.
Look at JJ
Y'all keep on
McCarthy
talking about
versus
the
the
last
Giants.
9
Hold
games.
on. Look at JJ McCarthy versus the Giants. Look at his stats for that game.
Y'all keep
He
on
didn't
talking
even
about
have
JJ
100
McCarthy.
yards passing.
Like, quit doing that
Even
shit. He
if
was
Kyler
bad
Murray
last
had
year.
his worst game, it would still be better than that.
No, but it's not. But stop comparing Kyler Murray
Yes.
to JJ McCarthy.
That's
I'm
what
just
I'm
asking
telling you. He
what
can't
Dale
do
said.
it.
I'm asking
Kyler
what
Murray.
Dale said.
Compare Kyler Murray to the NFL. He is
I'm
your
just saying, man, the
starting
guy last year
quarterback.
passed for a
Kyler
season
Murray-
high
Kyler
of
Murray is
220
your starting
yards,
quarterback.
man.
Kyler
Yes.
Murray
not
is your
great.
starting quarterback.
Hold on,
I
hold on,
just
wait,
want to
hold
come.
on. Hold on, I got
Not
kickback
with
on Big
anybody on
Bird.
your roster, just in general.
Sam
Listen,
Darnold was
And I
our
can't
starting
hear anything.
quarterback
Hey, Big Bird,
when
I tell you
everybody
this.
thought he was trash.
And I gotta be 100% honest with you,
When we
Big
won
Bird.
14.
I'd rather take Kyler Murray on the 1.3 than a Dak Prescott for 62. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I
I
think
don't know what y'all.
anybody in their right mind would fucking do that. I think.
Like 60 million for mid?
I'm not paying Dak no 60 nothing at all.
60
I'm not paying
million
Dak
for mid
50.
is crazy.
Listen, look. First and foremost, way better than mid. Secondly,
What?
no, look.
He
you
is,
have to look
he
at the
is,
numbers
bro.
in
You
the
guys
regular
gotta stop the
season.
cap for that
Dude,
shit,
You
bro.
a Cowboy fan.
No, I'm talking about if look, we could do eye tests, we could do numbers. If you look at what he's done against some of the best defensive in the NFL, his ability and his talent is proven by his performance.
McCarthy is
If we
miles
wanna
better than
start-
Kyler.
if we
You're
wanna
drunk.
Start checking
This is
off.
shit I deal
if
with.
You're
on the internet.
drunk.
If we want to start
Yeah.
checking off, if we just want to start checking off, hey, who's won a championship, who's won a Super Bowl, that's a completely different question. But when you start talking about a player's ability to go out there and perform week in and week out, and to be head and shoulders above other people who are performing, and then to even win, lose, or draw, to show back up. My thing is this. If we want to go run stats, he's going to have some good stats. But when you start talking about just his performance against some of the best defenses out there, within our own division, you're looking at good numbers.
Okay.
And so
and
I'm just saying,
Dak Prescott has Dak Prescott had a top 5 offensive line his entire career, or almost his entire career? Yes or no?
Fucking audio keeps going out.
No.
Yes, he did.
for a portion of it,
For like
about
2 or
5
3 years, dude.
Kyler Murray has
He
always
ain't
had
do
bad
I'm going to
offensive
give him
linemen.
about 5 years. But
Kyler
he's-
Murray's never had a top 10 defense, never had a top 15 defense, never had a top 10 O-line.
Who would
Plus,
Kyler
he never
Murray
won
have
12 or
nowadays,
13
though. That
games
don't
in a year.
matter,
He's never
though.
won.
I guess
He's
the
never
thing
won
was-
12
no,
games in a year.
No, but no, it ain't about Kyler Murray and Dak. It's just a point, bro. We seen Dak for 11 years, and Dak is getting paid like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He not even top. He not up there with no damn Joe Burrow, no damn Josh Allen, no Lamar, no. He not up there with none of them. Ain't no way in hell I'll be comfortable with paying Dak $50 or $62 million.
Well, can I tell
for
you something?
nothing.
guess what? Can I tell you something to back? Like the Lions did that same exact thinking
You're on
with
the same
Stafford.
Goff ain't shit.
No, listen, we had Stafford, right? And we were like, no, we're not going to pay you this giant contract because we want to reset our organization to maybe win a Super Bowl. And that guy went off and win a Super Bowl and is probably going to win another one before the Lions ever win one.
Hold on. Why
so
did that?
I'm going to say, like, yeah, it doesn't matter because it's not my fucking money. Pay the $60 million and win some fucking football games.
Hold on. Didn't Stafford go to the team with the best defense? If I'm not mistaken.
Listen, there's no question in my mind that there's no stop for a second. There's no question about it that the Rams bought all the way in to do that. Listen, 100%. But it's still the point where the Lions didn't make the decision to save Stafford and say, hey, no, we forced him to trade out. We forced him to request a trade so he can leave because we didn't want to give him $50 to $60 million a year. That's exactly what happened.
Listen, here's what.
Even if that's the case,
I would rather have Stafford right now at his age.
This is why fans make horrible GMs. First and foremost, that's the cost. That's the cost of a quarterback in the NFL. It's not $20 million anymore. It's not $30 million anymore. If you want to have a chance to
paying
win
$55 for Goff,
it's $60 million.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Freaking KC gave Mahomes
Sam
$500 million
because
they saw this coming.
No, that's Darnold just made $30 million.
But it sets the market.
Thank you, Brevy. How much? Hold on. How much did the last Super Bowl winning quarterback make last year?
Sam Darnold made $30 million this year.
How much Jalen Hurts get paid?
Hold on. Yeah.
How many years did Sam Darnold sign his contract to?
Three.
A quarterback that is
3 years, 30
also,
million. How many
Brock
winning
Purdy make
seasons
2
did
Super
he have
Bowls in his
prior to
rookie
that?
contract?
A quarterback has never won a Super Bowl making more than like 15% of the cap.
Hold on.
So
also,
how many
go to the Super Bowl?
How many postseason wins did Sam Darnold have before he signed that $30 million contract?
0.
Got you. Now he has a Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he continues to play well and they make it to the postseason, they ain't even got to win the Super Bowl, right? His next contract come up is you paying him $60 million.
No,
for the chance.
No, you're not. No, you're not. He's not getting paid.
Jalen Hurts didn't even get paid that after winning the Super Bowl.
Dak, it was one point of a time, bro. Dak will get paid more than Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know. Every time somebody signs a contract, they're the highest paid player in the NFL, bro.
Big Bird. Did Brock Purdy make the Super Bowl twice on a rookie contract? Yes, right?
It did.
And they weren't paying him that much. And
right.
that's
what are they paying him now?
He's not as good as Dak Prescott.
What are they paying him now?
What are they paying him now?
What are they paying him now?
They pay him like 50.
A lot. They paying him a lot.
Now they're paying him 50. Now here's the thing: is Purdy worth 50 to anybody else in the NFL?
Oh, I thought you said Jalen.
The reason why I was saying yes,
is Jared Goff worth 50 to anybody in the NFL?
Because he showed that he can get them to the Super Bowl. Dak hasn't even shown he can win playoff games.
You ain't lying. Dak lost to Jordan Love, man.
That's the
only
difference.
five.
Us paying Kirk Cousins. People was telling us that we was tripping for letting Kirk Cousins go after he tore his Achilles. Why would y'all let a proven quarterback go? He never did nothing in the playoffs.
And
that's why we're not about to pay him $50 million. And guess what the Falcons did? Pay him $40 million a year to draft a quarterback, and he didn't even make it through the season.
Now look what your life looks like. Look how you live in.
Your life is just like ours.
My life is way better.
No, it's not. Our rookie quarterback beat y'all $60 million quarterback.
Exactly.
So we gonna win 10 games this year. We know that already. Y'all
gonna do what?
Y'all hoping y'all gonna win 10 games this year.
Y'all hoping that
y'all got
What was the Cowboys record last year?
But it's not based on my quarterback. I ain't got no questions with my quarterback.
Bro, Dak was ass versus the Vikings.
I don't have any questions with my quarterback.
Yes, you do. You got a big question.
Quarterbacks, no.
Not only did the Vikings beat the Cowboys with JJ McCarthy last year, they finished with a better record with some of the worst quarterback play altogether in the NFL last year. So,
I'll be damned.
Dallas had a historically bad defense.
I guess so.
And you yourself said it didn't get better. You yourself said it didn't get better.
That's why I said it's based off of the eye test.
You paying Dak all your fucking money.
But this is the conversation we're having right now, and everybody's trying to turn it into 3 different conversations.
Correct.
It's really one. The conversation is this: the quarterback that you have is the quarterback that you have for whatever you paid for that quarterback. And you're saying you won't take.
Now I got to put my glasses on.
So you're saying you won't take Dak Prescott for $60 million. That's not really what the question is. The question is, given the opportunity to upgrade your quarterback room with Dak Prescott at the current price. If you could get Dak Prescott for what you paying Kyler Murray, you wouldn't take Dak Prescott.
Yes. But that's the thing.
Stop saying the quarterback's no good. No, stop saying that the quarterback's no good.
I'm saying
you just don't like his contract.
Zoe said that he would rather have Kyler Murray on a 1 year, $1 million contract.
It's crazy. He's
Dak for $60 million for that 1 year. So let me ask you this. Do you think that the Cowboys will have a better defense if they weren't paying Dak $60 million?
Exactly.
No.
You don't think they could have traded for a player or we would have
one more player. We would have one more player. If they weren't paying Dak $60 million, they would be playing Parsons.
Now I get it.
And if you have an agreement that the Cowboys defense got better by subtraction, by the players that they removed and the players they were able to bring in because they didn't pay out $180 million. If you believe the players that are there this year are going to help this defense be better just on paper by trading out one guy. So yeah, last year we lost, right? But this year, not only are we going to have a lot more talent to work with, but they're going to be available for the entire season. And
who is it? Cowboys DC?
We traded.
Who's the Cowboys DC?
Parker, young boy, former Philadelphia Eagles defensive back.
Hey, now look, I see what you're saying. I'm not trying to say Dak is a bad quarterback. Dak is a top 7, top 8 quarterback on a good day, right? But is he good enough to win a Super Bowl? For when you pay somebody $60 million, it's
Cam
to
Darnold
win
just
the
did.
Super Bowl. Yes, but his team is stacked around him because they're not paying him $60 million. That's my point.
But no, it's not because they're not paying him $60 million. It's because he's worth $30 million. His numbers. So listen, look at his numbers, and you can't. Everybody keeps talking about one thing versus another thing. Look at their career numbers. Freaking Sam Darnold's career numbers next to Dak Prescott's career numbers say Sam Darnold makes $30 million, and let's see if we can win with you.
And that's why Kirk Cousins is one of the highest paid quarterbacks. And that's why Kirk Cousins is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in NFL history for nothing.
And he should have never been.
Exactly.
He should have never been. Because this is what. But no, it's because there's a failure to make a true assessment of the talent. Kirk Cousins, from the beginning of his career, was the reason his teams lost games. And if you don't want to evaluate that correctly and you want to pay him for it,
you mean in the playoffs?
Do it. No, in his career, he has 43 turnovers when trailing by one or fewer scores in the second half of football games.
He broke the record in 2022 for most game-winning drives in a single season.
But you know Dak Prescott has had better rosters than Kirk Cousins, right? Dak Prescott has had better rosters than Kirk Cousins for the majority of his career.
It's arguable.
Yeah.
You guys have had pretty damn good rosters too.
Yeah.
We had decent rosters, but we never had the best running back. We never had the best offensive line with Kirk.
I mean, when they had the best running back.
Kirk had Dalvin Cook when he was healthy. Cook was good.
Yeah, but he wasn't Zeke. Prime Zeke.
Yeah, but Zeke after he signed his contract was literally useless. So
yeah, Zeke also had a.
I'm not making a case for Kirk. I'm just saying Kirk is in a bin with Dak, in my opinion, because the lack of playoff success. That's my point. Now you can say it's in any given Sunday playoffs. You know, anything could happen, which is possible, right? And it's true to an extent.
Who was Dak's coach most of his career?
Hold on. Because I argue Cowboys fans all the time. When you throw 2 pick sixes or 1 pick six and another pick in the playoffs versus the youngest team in football, that was Jordan Love's first playoff game, and he outplayed Dak when Dak was in year 8. You can't just keep making excuses for that man.
Hold on. Let's take a second. Because I'm not one of these people who's going to sit here and try to act like, oh, no, you don't understand. This is what happened. No, there were problems. Here's the main problem. Major problem is Mike freaking McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy had zero game plan coming into that game. When you talk about Green Bay's Green Bay's defense post game, they knew everything McCarthy was going to run. Like they were so prepared for
Do you
everything.
believe that's because he played for them?
No, I believe it's because he's a predictable coach. He did not change who he was as a offensive coordinator. He ran the same type of plays that he ran with Aaron Rodgers. The play that he ran where Aaron Rodgers came back and beat Dallas when he was in Green Bay with the deep down the sideline, come back, throw to the sideline play. He ran that same play with Dak Prescott. He did not change. And so they were able to go back. They were able to go back and elevate. Because they were able to go back and look. Again, you have to account for coaching, Sly. I'm not taking away the fact that coaching is involved in this, but I'm also not just going to knock the player. Here's my thing. I don't have a problem with most players in the NFL. I don't have a problem with what most quarterbacks make in the NFL. I am in the DMV. I'm in this area, and I saw Kirk Cousins get drafted behind RG3, and it's because the owner was a fan. He made horrible decisions, and then he chose one player and then told the coach to pick everybody else. After the coach told him, I don't want the player you want to get.
But that helped them, though, because when RG3 went down, Kirk Cousins got them to the playoffs.
It did not help them. You killed you. The reason RG3 couldn't play more than 5 seasons is because if you give up 6 draft picks to move up and draft somebody, and he's a quarterback, everybody you draft until this person retires is going to be an offensive lineman, a running back, or a tight end. You get everything else through free agency. Why? Because you gave up too much to put this person in a situation where they are going to get beat up the way RG3 got beat up. His knee got tore up, taking a hit to the body. It was already in bad shape. And so what do? Because your organization is mismanaged and it's not run well, you go out, you don't do things correctly, and you don't protect the people who you say have the greatest degree of value for you. Kirk Cousins comes in, and this is always the case. As long as you're the backup, the press is going to make you the best player available. And then here's the other part. Freaking Shanahan, offensive mastermind. He did it for years. And so we're not talking about going out there and not having a guy who could fit into a system of what was going on the field. Shanahan was able to work with his tools. And then when it came time for him to go somewhere, he goes off into Minnesota, and you get another coach that can say, hey, these are the things that are available to you. And then once he got comfortable, he was able to make plays. He's a stat back. Because when you go look at the numbers, dude, I swear I want to send this out as an email and a comparison. When it comes to winning time, he is not.
What does Dak do better than Kirk Cousins?
He doesn't. He's not the reason you lose as much as Kirk Cousins is. You may lose
That's a
games
crazy
with
asterisk.
You said as
if
much.
you're getting paid 60, don't you supposed to be as talented as a Patrick Mahomes that you can overcome all of that shit?
Or
no,
Josh Allen?
No, that's not why you get paid $60 million. You get paid $60 million because
for winning 12 games a year.
From what you did in the past. From what you did in the past.
Here's what I'm saying to you. How much do you pay for gas? How much you pay for gas?
Like
right
$4.15.
You pay $4.15, right? So stop paying $4.15 a gallon for gas. You know why you pay $4.15 a gallon for gas? Because that's how you gonna get where you going. You don't have another.
Where did you going?
You can get. No. Here's what I'm trying to say to you. Here's what I'm trying to say to you. Wherever it is you want to go, you can get an electric car, but you don't want.
They could have paid Micah and let go of Dak and drafted a younger quarterback and been in the same situation that you are now.
No, we wouldn't. We would be in your situation.
How you know
a 9-win team,
dude? A 9-win team with a broken quarterback that you benched, and now you're trying to replace with a veteran that you hope is going to be as good as Dak.
Okay, but
you can pay that price for gas, but how many miles per gallon are you getting? Because with Dak, you're not getting that many right now.
That's what I'm saying. You keep on saying the Vikings, but my thing is, you keep on saying the Vikings, for example. Use the Charger, for example. Use the Commander, for example. Use the Broncos, for example. You can use other teams that drafted young quarterbacks that did something. And you had
the Patriots.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Patriots. Look at the Patriots.
but you are paying Dak $62 million, and these young quarterbacks are better than Dak Prescott on rookie deals. Do you hear yourself?
Drake May did have a better year than Dak. Like,
Drake May is also a offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels.
It don't matter. Look at Bo Nix.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it
Look
does.
at Bo Nix.
The whole year and got
Look
beat
at
up in the
Joe.
playoffs.
Look at Jaden Daniels.
Okay, you don't have Josh McDaniels on that team last year. Did the Patriots go to the Super Bowl? Did Drake May have a
I don't know. I don't live in that. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's other people you can look at besides the Vikings fuck ups.
Look at the
even if we look at
the
Eagles,
podcast,
this is what you're saying. But this what you're saying on me, and I'll go what Bright Light says. Even if you're paying $4.15 a gallon, how far are you going in this car? Here's what you have to understand. You guys are like, take a flyer, right?
Yeah.
Let go of the reliable thing that you know is going to show up.
This is the part that fucking me up, though. This is what I'm
talking about. Y'all are like, take a flyer, go to the car auction.
Bro.
Let's see what happens. Maybe there's a better engine. Maybe there's a better engine in this
it ain't
car.
that though, Big Bird. All I'm saying is though, bro, you're not going nowhere with Dak Prescott. So why fucking not build your defense up and go with a young quarterback?
So you don't agree with that, because if you could get Dak Prescott for
No.
the same thing paying Kyler Murray, you would take him right now.
The reason we feel so passionate.
Prescott, you have a problem with his paycheck.
The reason we feel so passionately about
yeah,
this is
yeah.
because we kind of like see ourselves in you, because we only did this for 6 seasons with Kirk Cousins. You've been doing this shit for fucking 11 with Dak. Like, no matter if you want to say Dak is more clutch than Kirk, vice versa, whatever, I don't really care. I'm not going to make a huge case for Kirk being better than Dak. You're still in this position where a quarterback that's not, I'm a guy that thinks Dak is probably more of a top 10 quarterback than not. So I understand what you're saying about, you know what you have, keep what you have, and usually I'm on the side of that. But for
Dak is not
$62
making,
million,
and just so you know, Dak is not making $62
yeah,
million.
it's fake money.
Because
Yeah,
he's not making $62 million because of his talent. That's not why he's making it. Right?
Mm-mm.
This one I'll give to you. He's making $62 million because of my freaking team owner. If my team owner could have come out 2 years ago and gave Dak Prescott the same $35 to $40 million that Darnold is getting right now out in Seattle, and locked him up for another 6 to 7 years, and he didn't. He waited, and he waited, and he kept waiting because he's going off of the thought process that you guys are sharing. Let's take a flyer. Let's see if we can find something better. But you're not going to.
But the thing is, it's like fear-based. Like, oh, what do we do if we don't have Dak? Like, y'all could have possibly drafted a better quarterback, like with Romo. Romo, like, nobody thought Dak was
but you know, when you say fear-based, the Vikings have been in fear-based for years.
That's what I'm saying. Especially with Kirk Cousins. That's why we kept giving Kirk Cousins all that money. Because we was like, what if we don't have a quarterback? The moment we got rid of Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold came in when nobody was expected it and won more games than Kirk Cousins did. So it's like, what you don't know. I'm with you, Bert. Like, you don't know if you can find.
So is it impossible for Dak Prescott to win the Super Bowl this year? It's impossible.
Either way, it's a gamble. Either way, it's a gamble.
Like,
do I believe it's possible?
I don't know where we're going.
Impossible.
He's got 2 great receivers, a good running game, good offensive line. Defense is a lot better this year.
I feel like every team in the NFL except for like 5 can legitimately say,
I disagree with that.
Yo, give me a couple of good rolls in my direction, and we can get to the postseason and watch anything.
So
happen.
if Dak was on the Vikings, do you think he would win a Super Bowl or come close?
No, I think so. He ain't got the genes.
Oh yeah.
He ain't got the
I think Dak on a lot of teams. I think Dak on a lot of teams.
I'll take Dak over Jared Goff right now with my team.
Hey, Slot, you know what the problem I have with people when we talk about quarterbacks? The problem I had, we not looking at the clutch factor. Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. When he gets to the playoffs, he is ass. I seen Dak Prescott get fucking Peter Roll against a young ass Green Bay Packers, and this man will go turn over fucking crazy.
He gonna blame Mike McCarthy for that, and not
they
for that, Zoe.
But you got to blame both. The quarterback
because you know what,
the credit when they win, and you got to take all the credit when they lose. Just like
the defense scheme.
That's like Lamar Jackson when he loses in the playoffs because Mark Andrews dropped the damn 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Who's getting the blame? Lamar Jackson. So why does that get a pass?
No, so there's two sides of the ball. There's two sides of the ball. What if the defense all of a sudden rises up in a playoff game? You got to give them credit. But you also got to give McCarthy the blame because McCarthy didn't shake it up, didn't change anything. He went with the status quo. Okay. He didn't throw nothing in there differently.
Okay,
like
TB.
Kirk Cousins,
just like he did with Green Bay after he won one Super Bowl.
Blew out in the playoffs. I seen all I needed to see. I was mad when we re-signed him.
I understand
I'm like,
that,
bro,
TB.
he's not going to be able to do nothing in the
But
playoffs.
what I'm saying is, look at the whole landscape. We talking about 11 years. And even though I'm not big on MVPs and shit like that, this man never won an MVP, never won quarterback of the year.
Neither did Stafford, bro.
No. See,
Okay,
y'all
but if you're not big on that, don't put that in there.
No, what I'm saying is when you look at the Lamars, you look at the Josh Allens.
Stafford went to a Super Bowl to like his 12th year.
What has Lamar done? What has Josh Allen done? Have they got to the Super Bowl?
This is all.
Have they got to the Super Bowl, though? Bottom line, they got to the Super Bowl.
They going against the best quarterback ever.
They giving team chances, though.
Dak Prescott lost to Jordan Love his first year ever starting.
Okay. Only team they beat in the playoffs.
To Patrick Mahomes. That's different than losing to Patrick Mahomes.
It's different.
That's way different.
Listen,
just like Kirk Cousins losing to Daniel Jones.
Y'all keep acting like the quarterback is playing the quarterback. Quarterback's not playing the quarterback. We're gonna keep on doing
this game.
We had a horrible. Mike McCarthy is horrible.
What about the years before?
This is the thing. This is the thing. What about the years before? The years before, he had opportunities to win, and we failed to get those wins. But this is what I'm trying to say to you. And it's not like you guys have a problem with Dak Prescott. You really don't. Everything you're saying is not about Dak Prescott. It's about his paycheck.
They're saying that Dak Prescott isn't clutch in the big moment.
It doesn't matter. You would take Dak Prescott right now over your current quarterback.
Yeah, for 1.3 million, I would.
Right. But that means that you believe he is a talented quarterback that gives you a chance to win.
I would take any quarterback.
I would take Jaden Dan. I would take a lot of quarterbacks.
We take any quarterback right now.
Anybody over JJ McCarthy.
So stop lying. You would not take Justin Herbert.
For 1.3, you would take Justin Herbert. Come on, man.
Your ass would not take Justin Herbert. Don't even go there.
I'm taking Jordan Love over Dak. I'm sorry. He already beat him in the playoffs.
This is the biggest argument. Here's the biggest thing. When we start talking about who beat who in the playoff, I get it. Everybody wants to get into their feelings. Here's the bottom line. When it comes to the Dallas Cowboys and the way that we perform, I think you echoing JB. Because I hear it bad.
I'm hearing it echo.
Okay, when it comes to the Dallas, boy. No, that was JB who just came in. But here's the thing: when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys and it comes to Dak Prescott, everybody is looking at us because everybody wants to see us fail. Everybody wants to be what our organization has been for years. Everybody wants to be able to say specifically what we do. They can also do. You can't do it. It's JB. He's got to get his mic switched to the headset. Right. So here's the thing. Until teams can do it, they will cry and they will criticize everything the Cowboys do. Man. You don't like who we keep. You think we're wrong for who we let go. You don't like the way we run the organization. You don't like the coaches. It's going to always be a problem. Bottom line is,
how come
when it comes to the opportunity to win a championship every year, there's a reason that we're in the conversation.
I got something
because
good
we
for you,
do
Bird.
the work to get there. We do it.
You guys ain't just shit in 30 years.
Hold on. Let me handle this. Bird.
You ain't just shit in 30 years.
Big Bird.
Last time you just Cosby was on TV. Come on now, you ain't did shit in 30 motherfucking years.
TB, there's only two of us old enough to remember this stuff. I'm gonna need you to just like me and you, the only one that can remember the.
Yeah, and I'm telling you some straight up facts. You ain't did shit since 1995.
All right, Big Bird.
Hey, I don't think you're not America's team anymore. You're not America's team anymore.
Half America hates you guys.
Let me land this plane because Big Bird just buried itself. And watch this. Big Bird, earlier you said Dak Prescott on the Cardinals went to the playoffs, right? He
because of the organization.
Exactly. Right? So do you believe if Kyler Murray was drafted to the same situation that Dak was, he would have the same record or a better playoff record than Dak?
Oh, he would be worse. Kyler Murray
would be worse?
Good. Kyler Murray's not that good.
But okay. So Kyler Murray. You
He
said
said it. He said
as
it.
good as Dak Prescott is, him on that weak ass Cardinals organization, he wouldn't have been able to overcome those deficiencies, right?
I mean, it depends.
So
I don't know
you
about
put
all
Kyler-
the other moves.
you also
but
said
like,
you
who
think-
else have you had? I mean, he would have lit it up with Fitzgerald, and when they brought the boy there. For
No,
a
I'm
year,
talking about the last 2
Hopkins.
years. I'm talking about the last 2 years because Kyler lit it up too with them. But I'm talking about the last 2 years. All right, so Kyler Murray in that horrible organization. You just said you believe Dak Prescott would get to a Super Bowl or close to it if he was on the Vikings. Where do you think Kyler could do on the Vikings?
I said you guys know that you would. You guys believe
I asked you if Dak was on the Vikings, do you think he would have been a Super Bowl
I never
quarterback?
said no
or
shit
had
like that.
Close. You said
he would have done better than Kirk Cousins did.
okay.
No, they
so that
the-
means
they
he
the
wins
same
playoff
quarterback,
games.
He
man.
wouldn't have
So-
checked down. He wouldn't have checked down on 4th and forever.
So what do you think Kyler Murray is going to do on our Vikings team with that same logic? Better, competent DC, competent OC, competent O-line, good weapons. What is the expectations for you for Kyler on a better organization?
I'll be honest. I've never felt like Kyler Murray was a NFL quarterback. I've always felt like Kyler Murray was
Even coming out of college?
So hold on.
He's a
All right, so
talented college quarterback. Look, I'm old. Again, it's
No, I
going to be
feel
me
you.
and TB. It's going to be me and
No,
TB.
all right,
on
I
this.
got the stats here. I got the stats here.
Doug Flutie.
In 2021,
Doug Flutie is the one player who was that size who came in and was actually an NFL quarterback, and he
What about
did
Drew
it from the
Brees?
pocket. He did it from the
Wait,
pocket.
Russell
Drew
Wilson?
Brees,
Russell
Drew
Wilson?
Brees and Russell Wilson are significantly larger than Kyler Murray.
hold on. Kyler Murray in 2021, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 600 rushing yards, and 100 quarterback rating. That's not good. All right, the year after that, 26
What was his record? What was his record?
I think. Hold on, I don't got the record right
7
here,
or
but they
something.
went to the playoffs and lost. They went to the playoffs and lost. They won.
How many
the-
fumbles? How many fumbles did he lose?
There they go.
And
Hold
who
on,
did they
hold
lose?
on.
And who did they lose
The
to?
next
because
year,
we're
they
going to hold him.
lost 6
We're
and
going to hold
12.
him to the same. We're going to hold.
They
him to
lost
the
to the
same standard.
Rams.
We're
They
gonna hold
lost to
him
the
the same-
Rams.
Gotcha,
and
they
they won
lost
the
to the
Super Bowl
Rams
that
in the
year.
playoffs.
You lost to Love.
Hold on.
Right. What was his record? And they lost to the Rams when they had the boy that's in Detroit. They
In
didn't lose to the Rams
2021,
when they had
the
Stafford.
record
They
was
had Aaron Darnold.
he
You're
went 9
saying
and
that
5.
you're saying that every team wants to be like the Cowboys, but I mean the Vikings suck, and we've been to 4 NFC championships since the Cowboys went to their last Super Bowl. So not everyone wants to be you guys.
No, you
I might
haven't.
say- Yes, we have.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have.
98.
Yes, we have.
We beat
09.
y'all's ass 34 to
We
3.
have. Atlanta,
2004.
Giants,
2004, yeah.
New Orleans.
My point in
98,
saying all that is you
04,
got to keep the
17.
same energy. If
Like
you
I
know
said,
Kyler
Burge,
Murray
I
was
ain't
on a
did
bad
shit since
organization,
1995.
and he can turn it around. If you want to put so much emphasis on coaching, you have to give the same grace to Kyler. That's all I'm saying. Because if he was
Okay, I'll
at least
give you that.
productive
I'll
on the
give-
Cardinals, he could possibly be better with a better coach, better
Right.
team.
Possibly. And this is still a question about quarterbacks. This is still a conversation about quarterbacks, and it's still a conversation about how much better can Kyler Murray possibly be for us, and why haven't you guys gotten rid of Dak Prescott? It's for the reason that you guys keep living with possibly.
Yeah, and our
Maybe.
possibilities have
Possibly.
gotten us further in the last 30 years than your non-possibilities. That's what we're
Dak
saying.
Prescott's only been here for Dak Prescott's been here for a decade. What have y'all done in this decade?
I'm just
How many
saying that
quarterbacks have you had?
In
You
this
said that
decade,
we're like for all of our possibilities.
we went to the NFC Championship game. This
We've
decade.
probably done just as much as you.
We did more.
Yeah, we've probably done just as much as you in this decade.
How
that
many
you had.
quarterbacks? How many
If not more.
quarterbacks have you
Got a
gone
lot
through
of
this
quarterbacks
decade?
with more
A lot of
production.
quarterbacks.
A lot of quarterbacks.
Case
No,
Keenum
a
got
lot
us
of
to
quarterbacks.
Case Keenum got us
Hold on,
to the
hold
NFC
on.
Championship game. And
Hold
I
on,
would
answer
argue
his
that if
question.
Teddy Bridgewater didn't break his knee, we win the Super Bowl.
Maybe.
All we're saying is that
You ain't got nobody. You ain't got nobody on that boat with you. That's enough on them
I don't think we can't beat Denver. There's no way we're beating Denver. There's no way we're beating Denver that year.
But we still get there probably.
Yeah, we definitely
But
get
all you're talking about Dak has made me want an ice cream, so I'm at McDonald's ordering ice cream all because of your sweet talking about Dak. Maybe
Ooh, sweet talk. Give me some ice cream, Sarah.
So look. Who is the best quarterback you ever seen play for the Cowboys, Bert?
Aikman?
The best quarterback? No, it was Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman. Yeah. And Troy Aikman never led the league in passing yards. He never led the league. He never led the league in total touchdowns. He never led the. He was never a top 10 in passing.
Troy Aikman had Emmitt Smith.
Hey, Sly, I got a better one for him. I got a better one for
Bird. And a phenomenal defense.
Hey, I got a better one for Bird. Yeah. Who's the best quarterback in your division right now?
Don't play games. Don't play games with me.
I'm asking.
Dak Prescott is the best quarterback.
Oh my God! What?
It's by far, bro. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm going to be yes, he's better than Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is
better than Jaden Daniels. Who's a better quarterback?
The only person who
what has Jaden Daniels done?
The only
Look at the NFC Championship game. What has Dak Prescott done?
Stop pulling up an NFC Championship game. That is new. Listen, Sly.
He got a better
NFC
Championship
than
Dak. Okay, then Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in that division.
NFC Championship just to go home. It means nothing. Like I'm not bragging about it.
The NFC Championship game
MVP of the Super Bowl.
The NFC. The conversation about making it to a championship game was an argument specifically created so that people could talk down about the Cowboys. That's it. Yet it was. The other team. When have you ever heard any other team? When have you ever heard? What other team? Hold on. Stop for a second. Stop.
Let me answer this question. I'll answer it.
Listen to this one question.
Ask the question.
What other team have you ever heard the argument, you're no good because you haven't been to a championship game?
The Lions?
Nope. No one makes that argument about any other team.
Even talking about us,
only team in the NFL.
Nobody even brings up the championship. What are you talking about? Who started
team in the NFL? Lions. That's my point. The only
reason
team
why
in the
people are
NFL,
bringing up them
the only
going to
team in the
NFC
NFL, the only team in the NFL that you say you suck because you didn't make it to the championship game is the Cowboys. There is no other team in the NFL you make an argument for.
Bird, let me tell you something. We would tell you suck whether you made it to the championship game or not. That's how a lot of America feels about your asses. We don't like you, motherfucker.
Bird, I love you. These motherfuckers around me say the Vikings suck because they don't lose.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna say this, man. Quarterbacks are judged off wins and losses.
Thank you.
Especially in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Kirk Cousins was always being talked about as being a good regular season quarterback, but not being able to get the job done when it matters. So it's not just because the Cowboys. Right. It might seem that way because you in Dallas, you're a Dallas fan, and everybody hates the Cowboys. But in reality, all quarterbacks are judged off that. That's the same reason why Lamar Jackson is being disrespected this offseason.
I just asked you a question. I just asked all of y'all a question. And I just asked for one team. I asked one team. Name one team in the NFL that are called bums. Their quarterback is called a bum. Their organization is called horrible because they have not made it to an NFC championship game. Because they have not made it to a championship game.
That's not why. But that's my point. We told you that's my point. Nobody's calling you that because of that. It's like 35 years of shit to call you bums.
I get that. I get that. Okay. I'm taking that. But what I'm trying to say to you is this: that standard for what for the championship game isn't a standard that anybody else is expected to meet.
And the only reason
nobody else.
So I would have to agree with them, bro. Because the national media every Monday morning is 45. No, listen, bro. It's 45 minutes on the Cowboys, then it's 2 minutes on every other team. Then it's like, all right, well, then what has Patrick Mahomes done for 45 minutes on a national media? Maybe not on a media scale like us, though. Like because we talk all every day for hours on end when we podcast. So obviously we move on topics a lot other than the Cowboys. If almost we never talk about the Cowboys pretty much over here. But you know what? Like on the national media scale, bro, 99% of the time they're talking about two teams in the NFL.
But you know why we don't talk about the Cowboys, You know why
we
we
don't
don't?
like the Cowboys.
No, it ain't that. Because the Cowboys not a threat in the NFC. We talk about the
Listen,
Eagles.
I tend to agree, but I also agree with a lot of his narratives about it. Listen, I fucking hate the Cowboys. I'll be honest with you. I got fucked over in playoff games against the Cowboys multiple times under the Stafford regime.
So are you taking Dak over
fuck
Jared
the
Goff?
Cowboys? Huh?
Are you taking Dak over Jared Goff since you're a Lions fan?
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yes, I'm taking Dak Prescott over Jared Goff. Have you seen the size of Jared Goff's hands, bro?
Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl.
If Jared Goff can
and
throw me
the
one
NFC
spiral
championship
pass this,
game.
if
What
Jared
we
Goff can throw
talking
me one spiral pass this year, I'll take him over Dak. Give me one spiral pass.
I'm going
Bird. I'm curious. I want to know why do you think so many people have that opinion of the Cowboys that they're bums if they don't get it to
because
the
Jerry Jones is
championship?
their owner.
Is it because
Nope. I'll tell you why.
They're worth $5.5 billion.
Because there are expectations. There are expectations for the Cowboys that you don't have for others. Here's why I want to point it out.
Oh, for God's sake!
Miami hasn't been.
Or pity the Cowboys.
Hold on,
Crimea River.
I don't have any pity. I expect it because we're at the top of the pyramid. But here's the thing.
No, you are
the
not.
Cleveland
Oh,
Browns.
what pyramid? What pyramid?
As the organization.
Oh my God!
Bro, you can't be serious tonight.
How many Cowboys? Hey,
I think you guys have to agree with them because even by them standards, the same standards, Minnesota's up there too as far as a premier organization in the NFL.
Listen.
Like, I'm gonna have to be
I'm
honest.
gonna tell you this, Bert. The reason why people hate on the Cowboys is because they have a so-called top quarterback that they paying so much, but he hasn't won.
No,
so that's why people bring up the.
They hated him before. They hated Romo the same way. They hated.
Okay, so I'm gonna
hang
on. I'm gonna come to Bird's defense.
Romo
I'm gonna
is
come to
not
Bird's
as hated as
defense
Dak
here.
Prescott.
The
Hell
problem is not with the Cowboys. The problem is not Dak. Honestly, the problem that nobody likes the Cowboys. Bottom line, Jerry Jones.
It's the Cowboys. Everybody hates the Cowboys because it's the Cowboys.
But there's something else though, and this is the thing.
It's not even Dak.
This is what I've been trying to say. Since Cowboys haven't made it in 30 years, right? It's going on 31. But you're also having that conversation. You have the Miami Dolphins and you have the Cleveland Browns, who have also not made a championship game in their division. Here's the thing. That's important, right? That conversation, this whole thing about your team hasn't made a championship game in so many years is never had about any of those other teams. Other teams can go 15 years,
What about Lamar Jackson?
20 years, or however long and not make a championship game. Hear what I'm saying to you. The conversation about the championship game was created specifically to target the Cowboys. No one ever said that before. No one else ever criticized somebody.
Right, so
that's my point. It's a talking point that Stephen A. created simply for the purposes of.
Okay, Bert, there's your first problem. Bert, there's the first problem. You listen to Stephen A.
I don't listen.
It's not even him though. It's the national media.
Problem.
Until about 6 or 7 years ago, was the most prevalent way to get sports news.
Is it like why do y'all think Lamar Jackson is getting so much hate?
Because he gets MVPs. He's a running quarterback who people have loved to shit on since he won almost back-to-back Heisman.
Super Bowl because he hasn't been to a Super Bowl. That's why he gets so much hate.
I don't know where he's getting hate from. He's getting hate from the media. I don't think he's getting
from the
I don't
media.
think he's getting hate from
he's getting it from the media.
He's getting it from the media.
He don't get help from fans.
In the top 100 players. That's disrespectful in my opinion. But the reason why,
but that's his own peers voting that.
And
that's his own peers.
Hold on, they always it was a quarterback ranking that came out by one of the ESPN analysis, and he was like not even in the top 5. Lamar Jackson wasn't even in the top 5.
Oh, that's egregious.
And it's because I'll pull it up. It's because he has lost in the playoffs, and people are like, "You have to win if you're a top quarterback. Why aren't you winning the playoffs?" So I don't agree that it's only because it's the Cowboys. I believe it's because Dak Prescott is so highly paid, and he hasn't won. So people are like, "Bro, why are y'all?" paying this man. He's overrated. He hasn't even been to the NFC Championship game. And Jaden Daniels, his rookie year, has made it further than him.
To whom much is given, much is required. I get that.
Be a very injured Detroit team to get there, by the way. A very, very injured team. They gave up 45 points on defense.
I hear everything that you're saying, but this is what I'm trying to get across. And this is not me being a Cowboys fan. This is just some sensible conversation about football. You have what the media puts out there. These are good talking points. They're excellent. Let's do that. This is going to get people talking. Then you have the reality of the situation, and you have the play that takes place on the field. And everyone wants to be able to say, hey, let's tie the money to how many championships you won. Here's the thing. When you start winning championships, especially as a young quarterback, the organization is going to get ahead of it. They're going to take care of you in ways that they don't even talk about. But when you start talking about the difficulty, when you start looking at the teams that have spent years just trying to find a quarterback who could be average, can we get a quarterback that we can talk about developing over the next 3 or 4 years? And you look at what the Dallas Cowboys went through in between Troy Aikman and Tony Romo, and then to draft a guy in the 4th round, have him come out, get your perennial all-star quarterback injured in the preseason, and have this guy go out and run off like 13-1, 14-2, something like that for the season, then you're going to say, hey, you're thinking about looking for another quarterback? See, you don't remember when the quarterback over these 30 years since we went to the NFC Championship game, you don't remember cheering for Quincy Carter. I do. You don't remember the things that it took to get a quarterback who could win, who could have a winning record every year. I remember that. So since you don't have that background to fall on, you're like, man, hey, take a look, see what you can find. Go back and take a look at who Dallas Cowboys had between Troy Aikman and Tony Romo. Take a look at all of the quarterbacks that we suffered through.
Do you believe that Dak Prescott will win a Super Bowl on the Dallas Cowboys before his career is over?
You have to believe, otherwise paying him anything doesn't make sense.
Okay.
You're paying Kyler Murray $1.3 million. Do you believe Kyler Murray can get you to the postseason? Yes. So if you believe he can get you to the postseason, now we're talking about any given Sunday, and you believe in what football is that if it's any given Sunday, he can get us there, we can win because we have talent around him, because we have a good coaching system. So I have to believe he can win a Super Bowl. Has he won one yet? No, but that's a practical talking point. Now I can give it to you I'll give it to you as a non-practical talking point as a Dallas Cowboy fan. Oh, not only can he win one, but we gonna win this year. You have to understand there is nobody to stop it. We got Pickens.
I feel it. Hold on. Bird, go back to practical. Go back to practical, Bird. Go back to practical.
I feel about the right.
Go back to practical.
Yeah, the crazy thing is the crazy thing, Sly,
in here sneaking around. Hold on,
Sly. The Vikings fans knew right away that Kirk was never going to get us a Super Bowl, though. That's the difference.
Facts.
Yeah, they did.
We knew right away.
There was hope. There was hope.
But
they say the hope
had Aaron
the
Rodgers
hope
in our
kills.
division, and we knew how hard it was to beat him. So I feel with the people that got to go against Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, say he wins one game against Daniel Jones, the whole outlook on Kirk Cousins is completely different. All he has to do is beat Daniel Jones.
Not really, because he beat the Saints. He beat the Saints, and we still had the same feeling. He beat the Saints.
Here's the question.
He went over there.
I don't know what the point of the
No, you didn't beat the Saints. You beat the. You didn't.
We're
beat
talking.
The
Hey, we're talking any given Sunday, right?
Interception. Hey, he threw an interception. And that player ran out of bounds and tackled somebody with a hot dog, and let Diggs get into the end zone.
No, that's a different game. We talking about 2 years.
That's a different game. We're talking about the playoff.
Yeah, it was overtime.
What are you talking about, bro?
Hey, if we're talking any given Sunday, hey, Sly.
Into a fade route to Kyle Rudolph to beat them on a walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wait, question, Sly. If we're talking any given Sunday, then are you taking Eli over Dak? Because Eli
hell yeah.
Eli just got Eli regular season.
Yeah,
Postseason, Eli turned it up. Postseason, Eli turned it up.
You guys are pushing me the fuck out.
Yeah,
in the playoffs is a different breed.
Listen. Okay, listen.
So was Michael
So-
Strahan.
Yeah, that was Joe Flacco's thing. In the playoffs, he wasn't the
Eli
quarterback.
Manning.
Hold on, what B say?
Amazing in that playoff
Hold
run.
on,
Hold
what
on,
B
hold
say?
on. Bird, what are you saying, Bird? Bird, hold on, what are you saying, Bird?
Hold on, what B say?
I'm telling
We've
you.
been, we've been
I'm
talking
telling
about
you
Dak
this.
Prescott for an hour and a fucking half.
This is no. We're talking about.
It's been
We're talking
fun.
about. We're
It's been
talking
fun.
about what you call it now. We're talking about Eli Manning.
Clutchness.
Eli Manning. Eli Manning is a clutch. Eli Manning threw a Hail Mary, and that catch is still the reason
But
I
he got
believe
out of the sack.
believe Jesus exists. The whole reason I believe, like my belief in the cross, is from
The
that
world
catch.
needed that to happen too.
So indeed, but here's the other thing. Look at the defenses. We just talked about defenses win championships.
Yeah.
Swear to
New
God.
York defense
The defense.
against New England, it was insane. They ran this freaking zone where they set down linebackers at 7 yards and they set down cornerbacks at about 12 to 15 yards, and it took away these slants and these routes that Brady wanted to throw through, and their defense was able to keep him under pressure. That defense did phenomenal work remember in the one where the Patriots were about to go 16-0, they ran a play where they threw deep in the last game of the season against the Giants. They threw deep to Randy Moss and they missed it. He was wide open and they missed it. And so they came back and just out of outright arrogance ran the exact same play again, and New York intercepted the pass. And that was their only loss. And then that was the season before. But that's when they went that's the 1 year where they beat them at the end of the year, and then they met them later on in the Super Bowl, and then they beat them because this defense is running these squat routes.
With Tom Brady, right? When you had to go against Tom Brady as a fan of the team that's going against him, you knew you had fear. Like, Tom Brady is clutch in the playoffs. Can we say that about Dak?
I think we can say that about many people.
No, you can't say that about many people. You can say that about three or four people. So I'm old.
Brady,
so
Montana.
You can say that. You can say that about Montana.
Mahomes.
You can say that about
Montana, Brady.
You can say that about.
And you know what? You know who else I'm going to put on there? Bird will like me for this one. I'm putting Staubach on there because he was clutch in the playoffs.
It was clutch in the playoffs. But what I'm trying to say to you though, is the way you beat those teams is never by going out there and outscoring those teams. You beat 100% of those teams by going out there with a defense that can come up with a way to stop them when you need to. And the biggest thing with beating Peyton, so the Dallas Cowboys were the last team that Brady played against down there with Tampa Bay, and they won that game 100% on defense. They went out there and they just shut down what Tampa Bay was trying to do on the offensive side of the ball. Here's the thing. When you look at the performance of great players like that, you can't look at that quarterback across from them because you're not on the field when that quarterback's on the field. Your defense has got to do the work. And so when you're looking at teams that are facing great players like Chicago against Indianapolis in the Super Bowl, like you got to come out, you got to make plays, you have to take things and do things that they're not expecting. Not Chicago. Was it who came out and did the second half onside kick? Was that New Orleans against Indianapolis?
That was New Orleans against the Colts.
That was New Orleans against Indy. And so when you're looking at going out and running your team and running your offense and getting work done, those types of things is you have to understand this quarterback is going to do some things. We need to be prepared for what he's going to do, but we also need to try to keep the ball out of their hand. And
Unless your name is Nick Foles and you go out and drop 40 on Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, but that's like the only other time.
But Nick Foles has a 10-inch.
Let me ask you this too: like the Vikings. Let's bring us back to Minnesota.
That big a penis.
Right? I hear you, and I agree with the defense. The Vikings have the best defense in our division by far. So, what does that do to you? For you, we had a top 5 defense last year.
Yeah, again, I told you I don't start making any calls until I start seeing the season because you never know, man. You got to start seeing the season. Like, I mean, I picked some random teams who I believe are going to win and be in your NFC playoffs and stuff like that. But we got to see the season start because you're absolutely right. Like Kyler Murray might come out here and be like O'Connell may be running some mesh zone with some read option with some West Coast offense. He could throw some things in there. You'd be like, yo, like Minnesota is 8-0. Minnesota's 9-0. And now all of a sudden you got people who believe. You got offenses where you're putting both quarterbacks on the field, you're running things, and things it changes. Your defense gets better, your offensive line gets better. Other teams don't know how to game plan against you. Things change. But if Kyler Murray is who Kyler Murray has always been, they're like, hey, run zone, he's going to hold the ball. And then once he starts to hold the ball and he gets out the pocket, we can start holding receivers. And so we're not going to bull rush him. We're going to zone rush. We're going to keep him behind the line of scrimmage, and we're going to wait for him to turn the ball over. And so if that continues to work, then it continues to work. But you get anomalies like Jaden Daniels. Like Jaden Daniels is as much of an anomaly as RG3 was. But the exact same thing happened to him dealing with the same organization. You broke him. And so you hope he comes back and that he's still the player that he was. But you get those type of anomalies where you're like, okay, we have to change the way we do things to keep this person from beating us. It's the same thing that they had to do with Lamar Jackson. It's the same thing that you try to do with Mahomes. But honestly, when you take the physical abilities of this guy in the pocket and outside of the pocket, you take the capabilities of his head coach and his offensive coordinator and the way they make calls and how they run things, and then you take the defense that shows up and plays on a regular basis, you're going to be hard to not pull for that team because they have everything. They have the talent on the field, they have the coaching off of the field, and they have the presence to go out and believe in getting it done. Like that's good football.
Do you think Zimmer is a better coach than KOC?
Yes and no. See, like Kevin O'Connell is a great leader of men. Like the team, rallies behind him. Like Zimmer, his first few years. Yeah,
what?
Kevin O'Connell. What do you mean? He's not a great leader of men?
No,
not compared to Zimmer.
Hold on.
Hey guys, I gotta check out. It's been great. Thanks for having me on.
Let me rephrase it. All right.
See you, Bird.
You guys
Good to
next
see you,
time,
brother.
all right? You guys take care.
Hey,
Nice
another 30 years, Bird. Another 30 years, Bird. Another 30 years, Bird.
Never.
Mike Zimmer.
It'll be another 30 years, dog. Just watch.
He's more likable than Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer was a strictly old school X's and O's coach, but it gets worn out.
You make old school sound like a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying like these younger players, like
it does get worn out. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It does get worn out.
Even when you talk like to the players after, like when they left Zimmer, it was like, yeah, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end, like people.
Yeah, same players ended up playing for him again. If you talk about Eric Kendricks, he ended up playing with Zimmer again.
That's just the way the
He needed
NFL
any
works.
job he could get at that point.
Yeah, losing sucks.
I believe Kevin
Yeah, motherfucker, I ain't going back.
Kevin O'Connell is more of a you can gravitate towards the coach, right? Mike Zimmer, old school, give it to you like it is. He won more, but if Kevin O'Connell wins a couple playoff games, it's not big difference.
Would you agree though? Okay, Sly, would you agree that Kevin O'Connell's teams are soft?
Compared to Zimmer teams, yes.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's an issue.
It's a big problem.
And that's a problem.
It's more finesse.
Especially in the NFC North.
Coaching styles, right?
And it's a problem. That's a problem. First of all, historian guy here, Minnesota's never been a finesse team. Everything is they've been nuts and bolts.
Zimmer had Rick Spielman that gave him more talent than the GM that Kevin O'Connell's had, and that's unarguable. Like Mike Zimmer had Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, Everson Griffin, Daniil Hunter. Kevin
He drafted them.
Had all busts. No, Rick Spielman drafted them.
Those, with Zimmer's help, but yeah, he drafted them. He had a real GM.
I'm just saying, like Kevin O'Connell has worked with way less talent and won 13 games with weak ass Ed Donatel. So I give him that. You know what I'm saying? He's not a bad coach.
You give him credit for that 13-win season.
You give him credit for that 13-win
season.
season.
Give him credit for that because
Zimmer
had the same roster and went what 8-9.
Okay, hey Sly, Sly. Zimmer first 4 years. What did he do with the Minnesota Vikings?
First year, I think we
playoff
won
game by
7
a
games.
miracle.
The second year, we went to the playoffs and then lost because of the field goal. And then we went to the NFC Championship.
Yeah,
That was
So
the
we got
fourth year.
crushed by didn't we get crushed by San Fran?
Mike
First
Zimmer
year-
did have
no,
a
we
Yeah,
okay.
Kirk Cousins
First year
and then missed
we
the playoffs.
First year we didn't make the playoffs. Second year we missed. We were in the playoffs, missed that field goal. Third year was the Teddy year that he damn near lost his leg. The next year was the championship year, and then the fifth year was when we got Kirk Cousins, who, by the way, Zimmer didn't want Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he would have
Zimmer-
rolled. He would have rolled the dice with Teddy Bridgewater because Teddy would have played the type
If
of
we're
offense.
going
he wanted.
off of strictly wins, yes, Zimmer. But I'm not a Kevin O'Connell hater. Like, I know
I
how
wouldn't even
hard
say
it is
wins.
to
I would say
find a
closer
good
to getting to a
OC,
Super
let
Bowl.
alone an offensive coach, like head coach, to pair with whatever quarterback. Like, if we didn't let Sam Darnold walk, it would be a different conversation with Kevin O'Connell.
And Zimmer did have a playoff win in his first 4 years, but like we have to be honest, it was a literal fucking miracle. Like we call it a miracle. So like I
Win
give
is a
Zimmer
win.
credit. I give Zimmer credit
And we
for
have
what
the
he did.
number one defense.
You know what though? Win is a win.
What
Yeah,
year was it?
but
When we
Kevin
got? What
O'Connell
year
won
was
it.
it? What year was it? Second year we beat the Saints and we got crushed by the San Francisco 49ers.
2017.
That was
the fourth year.
2019.
2017. 2017. No, 2017.
2017 was
It
Case
was his
Keenum,
fourth
right?
year.
2017 was Case Keenum. 2018 was the first year of
2016.
Kirk. 2019 was the New Orleans win.
Yep.
So
And
you
I'm
had
surprised
we
I
got a
remember
Saints fan. I haven't heard the Saints fans say anything. What's up?
Sammy.
Mike Zimmer was a Saints merchant. That's crazy.
All I'm
know,
saying
man.
is
Hey.
your team is an extension of your coach,
All I'm
and
saying
we're
is Burrow
severely
was cooking,
lacking.
bro. Dak is not winning the Super Bowl. Dak is trash in the playoffs like Kirk Cousins, man.
Exactly. I don't
I
know what
can't,
you're
Zoe, I
talking
can't
about.
believe
I mean-
you let us talk about Dak Prescott for that long. That's crazy. That's an indictment
That's-
against you, my boy.
No,
As
I
long as
was
he gets,
trying to-
as
I
long
was
as
trying
he
to
gets
bring
the
up
one
something
win, though,
else.
I'm good. I just need him to hit this parlay. Help me hit this parlay. So
I
I'm
mean,
good.
hey, Sly, you could make an argument that Aaron Rodgers is shit in the playoffs too, apart from that one Super Bowl run.
You can.
Right.
I wouldn't
you can.
argue that. I wouldn't argue
You
that.
can.
But one thing
Yeah,
I
man.
can't
Hey, look.
say,
But we're
Hey,
not
I gotta
going
get
to
out of here,
argue
y'all.
that.
I gotta go.
Aaron Rodgers didn't have as
We been
much
on this-
talent
we been
around
on this
him
for 3
as
hours,
Dak
dog.
Prescott did. Like, Aaron Rodgers was carrying a lot of those teams to the playoffs.
Man,
Like,
fuck Aaron
Dak
Rodgers.
Prescott ain't carrying shit.
Hey, I need
He's-
y'all to subscribe to the channel, like the
he's just
video, man.
riding
We
the
out of
boat.
here.
He's
We've
just
been calling
riding
them
the
bitches
boat.
for dinner 4 hours, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Damn.
so you're
Yeah.
cooking. You're cooking.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
4
yeah.
hours? Come on now.
3 hours and 45 minutes, man.
First ever 24-hour Vikings stream on YouTube.
That's the most Dak Pres- That's the
Yeah,
most
this is
Dak
fun.
Prescott
This is as
up in the
fun as those
platform.
Friday night talks we used to have.
You ain't lying. Damn. Subscribe to the
Hey,
channel,
hey,
like the video,
hey,
man. I
when
appreciate y'all tapping in.
when the Cowboys don't make the playoffs, let's all laugh at that guy and bring him back
Hey,
up here again.
Cowboy fan delusional, dude. He said they
I'm
talking
laughing regardless. I'm laughing regardless.
Dak
They don't
Prescott
got
has
big
never,
playoffs.
Hey,
Dak
how many
Prescott has
Vikings
never
fans?
shown up more in a 4-hour window than he did tonight.
Yeah, right. How many Vikings fans do you hear ever saying this is the year? This is the year. I'm like, oh my god, no Vikings
You ain't
fans say
lying.
that shit.
Man, I'm out of here, man. I
Mm-mm.
appreciate y'all tapping in, man.
All right,
Thank you,
buddy.
Zoe.
All right.
All right, see you guys.
Damn. Cowboy fan fucking crazy.
Later, y'all.